We are currently playing as Queen Frank II of Frisia. So we've taken over the lowland countries here. We're actually a remarkably stable realm, considering we haven't actually been on the throne for that long. It's been like a year, something like that, and basically all of the vassals are really quite happy with us. If we go over to realm, and then vassals, okay, there's a couple who are unhappy, but for the most part, they're pretty chill. We are making an incredible amount of money because we are a very, 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 very good steward who is also greedy and avaricious, and we're also a genius, just to, you know, add a little bit more to it. We have taken over the territories over here in Gardariki, probably going to be flipping them to an actual Gardariki tag at some point soon, and we've just started our conquest of Iberia. Took over Sevilla. I would like to take Cordoba. I would also like to take Granada, and then that would basically be enough to form Andalusia, and then from there, hopefully, we can start making our way down into Africa, which was one of our objectives for this playthrough. So things are moving quite nicely. Wish you could afford CK3. Well, I'm sure it'll go on sale eventually. Paradox games do have a history of doing so. Your heir is not of your dynasty. You executed him, but he stays as heir even though he's dead. My youngest son of that house does not become heir. What causes this? Unpause. Would be my guess. It probably doesn't sound like it's recalculated. Oh yeah, save and then exit and reload. And that should hopefully jog it. Okay, so, when is my peace deal with the Marwanids up? It already seems to be. Is that true? That is true. Interesting. So we can either go after the Marwanids with their 5,000 troops, or we can go after England with their 14,000. We currently have 10. And our technology, we're currently working on excuse me, on herds, because I want to get Huskarls going. What type of technology is England at now? So let's actually take a look at this. They have roughly the same stuff that we do. Knighthood. That's one I don't have access to. I have horseshoes instead. Oh, no, they're high medieval. Oh, okay, so Anglo-Saxons are significantly ahead of us. They don't actually have this yet, but they do have household soldiers, which is the technology that I was looking for, because this means that their men-at-arms units are going to be a lot bigger. So I don't think we really want to risk a war against the English right now, because last time to beat them we had to kind of call in all of our allies. Who are my allies right now? Sweden, a captain, and Beowulf. Don't actually know what that... Oh, okay. One of the counties down in Kabu. Cool. So yeah, we're definitely not as strong as we were previously. We are again the Dynasty, which means that we can call in the rest of the Mordlings if we absolutely need to. So yeah. We could take the English if we need to. Probably. Yeah, we can almost access High Medieval. You're not wrong. Oops. Yeah, we need just one more. Which is going to be Burbs, which is done in 14 months. And then these are done 149 years, so a while. And then once we get to High Medieval, we can start working on some of these. I haven't even looked at what's available in High Medieval. Although I must say Knighthood would be nice. Direct Vassal Opinion up, and then also Knight Effectiveness. Ooh. Yeah, we'll get to that eventually. It's actually a good question. What are the Marwanids at? I'm guessing they're Visigoths? So Visigoths are High Medieval, but only... just. They've got advanced bow making, which allows them to get crossbows, yes. The crossbows were the upgrade to the archers, and we have already fought against them. Are you seriously Visigothic? You are. Awesome. They still haven't died out, which is quite impressive. We don't have our alliance with West Francia anymore, unfortunately. Everyone else's armies are getting quite a lot bigger than ours. But I think that's partially because they're getting the men-at-arms and we aren't. I'm guessing that Francia, France, is also high medieval. They are. Halfway through high medieval, in fact, I would say. Polish is still early. Sweden, Norway, still early. Denmark is, sorry, Finland is very early. Russia is early. So I would say of the former tribals, we're probably the most advanced. Mostly because of just how high our development is on average. But we're still a little bit behind. Okay, so, do we want to fight the Marwanids? If we fight against the Marwanids, we may be perceived as a weaker nation, so England may come after us. If England comes after us, it'll be a bit of a problem. However, I still have a bunch of England's heirs in jail. Oh, you're a secondary spouse. Not the actual queen that I have in jail. That's why you've been more reluctant to ransom her back again. How much money does England have? 274. That sounds like enough to do a ransom to me. And right now, Princess Ebba is in my jail. So that means that England, I think, will be less likely to attack me. There she is. There she is. 240. We'll accept. I'll accept that. So that's going to ruin your finances for a bit longer. So that's going to give me the time, I think, to go after the Marwanids. And we're going to go for Holy War, Cordoba. And we'll take all of this section. Alright, let's do it. To war! See you, Wolf and Ice. And thanks again for the raid. Very much appreciate it. How do you get your name on a character? You can name your heirs. So unfortunately my the heirs for this generation, the next generation rather, I haven't named because they were all born before I took over this character. However, some of them are just named after previous characters like Frogger Pirate. That would technically be Frogger Pirate II if she came to the throne. Okay, so we need our safety hat. I just kind of wanted to listen to music there. Alright, safety hat time. Because this is going to be a relatively large war. And it could also be dangerous, because the English may well try to come after me. But until then, let's just keep raising our forces. Let's have you march up to Cordoba and start actually sieging. So right now the commander is Charles, who is a rough terrain expert, which in this area is actually going to be very helpful. But I actually want Chibi in charge, because this is going to be a sieging army. And then this one is going to take a month and a bit to form up. And then this is going to be the main army. So you are going to be commanded by Carlos. Actually, no, you could be Ulla. Yeah, Ulla would be even better. Alright, marvellous. Red Octobear, showing the generosity again. Thank you very much for that, Red Octobear. Very much appreciated. Hi, Ravani, Kazmeta, Running Dead, Jellybean Ranger, and Menguin Man. Congratulations on the gift of courtesy of Red Octobear. Thank you for that. Really, really generous. If the English come after you, isn't that just a lot of free money? I mean, yes, but bear in mind that I don't have my amazing general anymore. Huzzah! And Fishy also gave some bits. Thank you very much for that, Fishy. Okay, how long until you're ready? You're ready. So let's head over here. Huzzah! And just stand by, ready to go after that land. And in fact, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to split off the horse, the archers, and the champions. And like 900. Okay, maybe not that many. Of the levies, 700. Perfect. We got march back over here. So our standing army is going to be 8,000. These are the guys who are actually going to be doing the fighting. Their army is approaching, which are 6,000. And I'm wondering, are you going to go for Sevilla here? Oh no, you need more troops. Of course, Cordoba is a really big location. Alright, so let's split off, say 1,000 levies. And send you over there, and then we'll send you over here. Kind of looks like you're going for Mora. Stewardship perk available. Marvellous. So we could get Honoured to Serve, which will mean 20% more taxes from powerful vassal councillors. Holding construction time, building construction time would be good. Collect taxes we're not really doing. Fort level +1 would be pretty nice as well. Just makes us a lot harder to conquer. But we're so close to Administrator, and Administrator comes with that vassal opinion buff. So I think we'll take Honoured to Serve. And that's also going to mean that I really need to take a look at my council and see if there are any other powerful people that we should be bringing in. Because all three of you could be giving me a heck of a lot more stuff. Especially Bathilda. I don't want to give up my 22 Marshal. And Good Rhoda is also a powerful vassal, so you couldn't really replace him. And yeah, vassals can't become the chaplain. And we're definitely not replacing the Spy Master because they're quite important. Alright, let's see what their armies are doing, because I need to be aware of where that one's at. My poor son, Gaia, has fallen ill with typhus. The future is uncertain. Death lingers closely by his bedside. Yet he might survive. Only the Norns know. So we can get our Ixcodai Beta to try and fix him up. She is pretty well learned, but she is not a doctor. So I'm going to say be cautious. Successful treatment. Reduced disease symptoms for a year. So in 1 year's time we will need to repeat that. Now, are these guys actually in this war? No, it's just Alcanirs, so it shouldn't need to worry about them. It's just this lot. So let's march over there and see if we can cause them some damage. There, those are the other ones, Alcanirs. So you can just keep on sieging, and in fact, let's merge you together. And Chibi Yordle can continue stealing the stones for her collection. Norse settlement and installation, new administration. The people of Nieba have embraced Norse traditions. Excellent. So, where's the next highest development? That's a 31. Seville's already been done. Cadiz is a 31, you're a 28. So you're the slowest. Let's get Cadiz going. So we're going to go to court. No, council. You. Convert Cadiz. Oh, and you also need to be buffing up control. We'll say of Cadiz as well. Yeah. Okay. So, army's on the way over. We are an unyielding defender, so we would suffer fewer casualties. Unfortunately, we're not a strategist, so we're not going to be as quick at moving. My son and heir, Gaia, has recovered from typhus. That's good. Betrothal fulfilled. So, Gaia and Aminata are now married. So, Aminata, I'm going to need you to go ahead and convert, which you are right now not going to do. Because you're zealous. If we increase our opinion of you, then you might. So we're going to start swaying you. I don't think we've actually used sway at all with this character. We'll just chase after these guys, see if we can catch them. Although it kind of looks like they might be quicker than we are. Oh, no, we got them. So we have a plus 31 because of our skill, and also the Marmonids are in debt. They do have footmen, which are being entirely countered. They have archers, which are being entirely countered. They have got caballeros, who are like cavalry. Seeing if there's any difference between them and us. Yeah, they are way better at screening, so the caballeros will help them run away if they need to. Camel riders, though they only have 100, and then regular light horse. They have loads of cavalry. So against the Spanish armies, I should really be employing pikemen. So my archers are completely countered. My heavy infantry also completely countered, because apparently crossbows counter heavy infantry as well. Yeah, armoured horse and armoured foot are what crossbows counter. But not light infantry, interestingly. Everything counters freaking heavy infantry. Everything. Ah, it's so aggravating. So this hasn't been a shatter, but it has been a victory. So how good a victory was it? we did manage to kill 2,200 and lost only 44. So, turns out, even without the genius commander in place, we still hit like a truck. Although, Ulla was wounded during the battle, which isn't good. Their levies got absolutely hammered. Heavy cavalry, 472 kills. We also lost 2 champions, which sucks. Yolanda and Matilda of Luki. Which was not the home guard one. Okay, so you don't need to move there. We can have you back off again. And just make sure that we continue to screen the offensive against Cordoba. So once you're there, let's move you around here. You'll then be in friendly territory and start recovering. Though again, not as quickly as the former ruler because she was an overseer, which has the plus 100% replenishment. Which is rather nice. People are requesting drink teas. I will do those once I'm not wearing the helmet, because I don't want to chip my tea mug. Alright, Cordoba's won. Now we just need to move over here. And just keep up with the occupations. Do we have any prisoners that we could be ransoming? Probably, seeing as we have 26 of them. So you guys have been in jail for a really long time. Honourable empath. Oh, I can demand your conversion. And you're not that great a fighter. You, however, are. So we're going to negotiate your release. We'll have you... Oh, you're already our religion. You can be released. You can join our army. 26 combat strength would definitely make you equipped to do that. Then Ebba we're keeping just in case England comes after us. Elfwield is a 15-year-old kid. We'll see if you get any better. Aidwolf. Would you accept ransoms? You would not accept a ransom. And you're not that good. We'll release you for conversion. Leofe would accept a 200 ducats. You know what? Fine. I accept that. 200 ducats is acceptable. It's agreeable to me. And there we go. Okay, Waltheoth. Not great fighter. Let's send you off for a conversion. Maya Suru is incredibly wealthy, so you should definitely be wanting to pay your 260 ducat release fee. Beorthic. On your conversion. Actually, didn't see if you're any good. You were quite good. Oh, drat. Arias, Lupis, you are not. Although you are incredibly learned. You do have Lover's Pox, though, and I don't particularly want that being let loose amongst my people. Off you go. Brunachildis is a very good steward. Lodari, I'm just going to let you go. Hattenulf, same thing. Kara, you would accept a massive ransom. That's good. We're making so much money from ransoms at the moment, it's ridiculous. All caught up with this on YouTube, loving this content. Excellent, glad to hear. Watching Mordred's long Attila run as Western Rome non-pagan, and loving people asking the stream and watching this on YouTube how far behind is, and Mordred responding about 80 episodes. Yeah, it's going to be the same for people watching the YouTube version of this right now. Like, it's always going to be the case. YouTube, because I release 30 minutes a day, well, it's actually an hour for CK3, so it's keeping a little bit better. But we're still, like, at this point, probably about 5 streams ahead, maybe even more. Is this guy any good at fighting? No. Off you go. Diego. No. Off you go. Ordilian. No. Off you go. Georgios. No. Off you go. Other Georgios. No. Although you are pretty good at martial. Izzadin. No. Actually, you could be ransomed. No, you can't be. Got to check with Georgios. Sibilia. Ransom. Ooh, ransom. Endoquinia. Whoa, you are just and temperate. I'll accept money. And then Emir. Would, but we need to wait for you to finish. So the Emir of Cordoba lost a bunch of family members, basically. And it's making me so much money. So even if England did declare war on me at this point, I could just outspend them. Awesome. Okay. And we did lose a couple of champions, so if I go ahead and do this, we'll have a couple more troops. 2 months? Wow. Okay, that's going to take you a heck of a lot longer to rally, and I don't know why it's taking you so long. But whatever. We'll get you in place soon enough. Who's this? Kakaris. I don't think we're fighting them. Secret exposed. A shameful truth has reached the light of day. My vassal, Mayor Dag, has copulated with my vassal, Duchess Frotlina. Such things cannot be accepted outside of marriage. No, Frotlina. No, they can't. This crime cannot go unpunished. Yeah, so I will release you if you give me some more troops. My vassal, Frotlina, is showing signs of pregnancy for some time now, and everyone thought her consort Sigbjorn was the father of the child. Oops. And Mayor Dag. Naughty, naughty, naughty. How about you ransom yourself for 265 ducats? I can accept this. Right, we have a minor hook on you, so we're going to modify the feudal contract. We're going to say, hi, use the hook, modify. Thank you for the extra troops. Much obliged to you. Okay, so that's another siege done. Now, unfortunately, there are some fairly hefty armies rising up here. And they're in my way, so I'm going to have to kill them. The corpse! If it is a pond for the corpse you're interested in, I can build you a terrific one, my lady. The builder before me has good credentials. My courtiers seem very excited about the prospect. Is that truly the best deal you can give me, seeing as I'm an amazing steward, and I have a 94% chance of making this half price? Yeah, I thought as much. Oh. Okay, they're not as far away as I'd expected them to be. Come in and give us a hand, Chibi. Gonna need the extra manpower. Or not. Okay, we really didn't. We have discovered burrs. Excellent. So, what's the next exposure? It is this. We get it from the Czechs. Communal government. Counties reach the maximum existing development at 35. Yeah, that one will be nice to have, because it will allow me to continue developing the Netherlands. There's a glorious victory. We're going to march into here and hopefully catch them before they escape. And I have a feeling we will. Yes. Excellent. Well done, Chibi. You got there quickly. So Chibi is in charge of this fight. And we massively outnumber them again. And squish. Well done. Well done indeed. However, my big army, Ulla, apparently died. So Pekko would be the next best commander. Or me. No, I don't think it should be me. I think it should be Pekko. Or Chibi. No, Chibi's our sieger. You can go and continue doing your sieging thing. Excellent. So, how were those victories? Also, white peace. No. Empty council position, so we do need a new marshal. Our next best marshal, I mean, is definitely Carles. But he's not a powerful vassal, and I do think that we need the powerful vassals to start getting some of these positions now. So I'm thinking probably Christina. Because you have pretty good stewardship, you would be able to replace Godra for that. And you actually have fairly decent diplomacy. So Christina, you're the one. You're not very good at this job. But you will give me loads and loads of free stuff if you do it. Nice helmet, thank you. I rather like it. So Ulla did die from her wounds. And Pekko gained agricultural expertise. That's very good. Faction targeting me has disbanded. Cool. Oh yes, and then the battles. So the first one, in which Ulla died, we killed 1,600, we lost 300. Because of the heavy armoured horsemen and the light horsemen. And then this one... Actually, probably because of the levies. We just had so many of them. Sweet! And we're now at 39%. So the other fortification we're going to need is this one. So once you're done here, we'll move you to that, we'll move you there. Just so that we stay in reinforcement range. And you have finally finished reinforcing, so you can go and join that army. Unmarry. Emerge, sorry. I was reading what you were saying there, legal drug dealer. Ah, the AI in this game. Why wouldn't my son with my one daughter not marry her into a matrilineal marriage? I don't know. Why would they not marry into a matrilineal marriage? Oh, Marwanids are back again. Those are not who I'm really concerned about. So we'll go and march over there. We'll go and deal with this. They might try to attack me, but we're not actually hostile with each other. You are. But you're probably just going to come over and try and reinforce with the Marwanids. You know what? I should have had you marching through here. Would have been that much quicker. Don't know if I'm going to catch you. I might. No. Now I probably will. There we go. Almost 8,000 against 4,400. We have more champions. We have superior quality. We have a much better commander. Carry on. Let's go and take this. We're now at 47%. What's it called? You're attacking me. That seems silly. Especially because you waited for them to die first. Beasts of the deep. As I stroll through the gardens, I notice my Riksgodai Beta sitting on a rock by the carp pond. Leaning down over the edge, she trails her fingers through the water. Her shadow stirs beneath the surface. Beata, step back from the... No! Died in a tragic carp accident. Is that because I'm sadistic? Did I just push her? I totally just pushed her in. Yeah, I pushed her in. Alright, so that's one of my councillors gone. Oh no, it's not. Where's Beta? You were a councillor. Oh, Riksgodai. So we just got a worse one. Great. And that also made me lose my court physician. So we will need to employ a new one. It's not going to be my Riksgodai because they suck. It could be Arnfast though. Arnfast is very intelligent. So is Princess Svanhilda. No, I think we're going to make this Arnfast. Gives you a reason to stick around. Point as court physician. There we go. And we're now at 60%. So that was the dead easy fight. And this one was the slightly more. They lost 300, I lost 3. Other way around. That was the easy one. And we're swaying her. Minus 82 in terms of conversion. We'll keep on pressing it. We'll keep on pressing it. Oh, this army should be reinforcing you, really. Once we've taken this spot, I think I'll head back over there. I mean, this is a fort, and it is protecting that river crossing. But that's not where we're needed. Prisoners taking the siege. Cool, you took that. Go and take that. And speaking of prisoners, let's see if there's anybody else that we can be ransoming. You negotiate release, conversion. You negotiate release, conversion. You negotiate release, conversion. Ooh, we got the Emir of Cantabria. He needs to earn himself a bit more money. And the Emir of Castile, who I think also needs to earn himself a bit more money. And the Emir of Ubaid Caceres, who also needs to earn some more money. Muhend, who is pretty intelligent. So you'll do some good work converting other people, hopefully. Yeah, we have quite a few people who are going to be worth quite a lot of money for ransoms when it comes time. Ali from House Aragon. Whoops. You are a fairly good fighter, so we may want to keep you. You're also just and temperate. Though temperate's good for them, not so much for us. You are also just and temperate. Okay. Good stuff. We're now at 76%. Money is still rolling in. Betrothed can marry. Carry on. And the Marwanid army is marching over here again. Probably to try and stop this. Oh no, maybe not. Well, let's just stay here until we can see exactly what they're planning to do. Because if they're coming over here to try and lift this siege, well, they're welcome to try. Yeah, they are. We're now at 80%. They've got a slightly larger army there now. Let's call their bluff and intercept. We will be fighting them in the hills, but we have far more superiority than they do. Ooh, we have another perk. Let's go with attacked woman so we can get to defensive measures, which will increase the size of our garrisons and also our defensibility down here in Spain. So not nearly as effective a battle there, but still another victory. And we'll see if we can get another interception going. We're now at 86%. Meanwhile, these guys are still sieging. Speaking of, haven't seen any witchcraft in this campaign. No, surprisingly little actually. It does exist, though nowhere near as fantastical and magical as CK2, thankfully. I'll be honest, didn't really like that in CK2. It got a bit too ridiculous. With the devil worship cults and stuff. I usually disabled it. You're trying to outmaneuver me. I don't appreciate that. I'm supposed to be the quick one. Gotcha. Although there is a minor river crossing, but we do outnumber you 8 to 1. 10 to 1 rather, almost. 9 to 1. Good. And let's move you back up to there. We could actually have you just sieging this down at the same time. That would probably be better. What's that? Oh, it's a catapult. Duh. How's Christendom doing? Christendom's not doing great. There it is, 100%. I will enforce my demands. Boom. And suddenly, Frisia grows ever larger in Iberia. And then the next war is going to have to be against England for Granada. And at that point, we can form the Kingdom of Andalusia. Which is going to be awesome. So there are 2 vassals over here that need to be ousted. So we'll just go and sit on their forts and oust them. And then we're also going to need to rejig how exactly we deal with our territories here. So I think it's now finally time to give Flanders away. Wales in Spain? Oh yeah, Wales is in Spain. And this is an actual Wales, it's not just one of the random miners in Wales. So we have an Ireland which is mostly not in Ireland, we have an Ulba which is not yet Scotland, and we have a Wales. Interesting. Okay, merge you all together. And you. What are we going to do with you? Need to get rid of you. We're already 3 over our limit. We'll get rid of 2. We're about to be 5 over our limit. How are we this many over? There's 5 there in the Netherlands. 7 here. That's 12. Oh, I have Waldeck. Okay, that would explain why I've been so far over my limit. I didn't even realise we had Waldeck. Makes sense, though, considering she was the Countess of Waldeck. So this place has been burdening me down for a while. You need to have a count. Do we have anyone that's particularly good? Yes, actually, good run. So I think I'm going to give you Waldeck. And then Waldeck is in the Earldom of Westphalia. So then you get Waldeck. Like so. Which does cause me a bit of stress because I'm greedy. But it did need to be done. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to host a feast in celebration of all of our great actions lately. And then to celebrate for myself, I'm going to be revoking your title. And if you refuse, then it's just you rising up. You're welcome to try. A cheery gathering. Yes, it should be. It's both of these two. Even better. So let's split you in half. And send the other half over here. before they can properly raise troops. We'll just siege them both down. What started as an ordinary feast became an exceptional one, thanks to the presence of Jarl Christina. We spoke all evening about all manner of subjects and things we seem to have a lot in common. Had a good time with her. Okay, relations with her has improved. That's good. A troubled vassal. The pleading gaze I receive from my vassal Theudis is taking on a desperate tone. A group of guests are approaching the corner he is hidden all evening, and the walls are hindering his escape. To think a baron would act in such a way. Come now, Theudis, tell us a story. Yes, tell us all a story. I know how much you love to interact with other people, Theudis. The conversation partner. As one plate of food is replaced by the next, my vassal Jarl Bothere goes on and on about the blessings of family. You are a Jarl. You are of Luxembourg. I don't need to get rid of any more stress. No, I think I'd rather have the opinion, actually. And thus my guests depart. And I have become an eager reveller. Eager reveller. Marvellous. Which is going to make future feasts all the more remarkable. And as I'm now 2 holdings over my limit, it's time for us to give Bruges and Bologna away. But I think it's going to go to him, and we're just going to make him the Jarl. And he is incredibly good at stewarding, so I'm hoping that he continues to just build that area up. Because he should be making a small fortune. Because Flanders is a really wealthy area. There's a reason I've kept hold of it so aggressively. Allies are joining the war. How many of you are there? 6,000. I have a feeling you're not going to make it here in time, however. Aminata has been... Okay, so one more sway and you should convert. Despite being a zealot. And then you will become a zealot for... what's that true? Stupid wealthy Flanders. I like that. Sexy wealthy Flanders. Call to arms. This is against 2 counts. I don't think you really need my help here. Valuable hostage taken. And there's the 100%er. So we're enforcing our demands. Which means that these guys are both criminals now. So we are going to revoke your titles. And then execute. No. I'm not my mother. I don't just execute everyone. And revoke your title. You're a criminal, so nobody cares. And there we go. We now control the entirety of Seville and Cordoba. Which is actually 10 counties. Oh no, I have one more somewhere. Ah, you need to become a barony. Yeah. So, grant to a low noble. Done. And now we're at 2 over. And that means we still have 9. So we need 1 more. So we are going to need to take Granada. Except for the fact that Wales took Malaga. Oh, it's annoying. Well, actually we could take it from them, I guess. Well, first things first, we need to disband you. I like how the Great Mosque still gives religious buffs even when the ruler isn't Islamic. I'm not sure it does, actually. Where was the Great Mosque? Cordoba? Yeah, they don't. Building has been disabled. And I need to hold the Emirate of Cordoba to get this bonus. Strategic marches. I think I'll probably actually replace with something else, but that can be done in time. They're fighting in a war. Okay. So England has actually lost a bunch of soldiers. Are you fighting somebody? No. And Wales. Wales would be a war for the Emirate of Malaga. But if I take out Granada, then I can just make that a de jure war, which makes it a heck of a lot safer. So is it time for a war against England again? I don't think I can destroy it. There is no functionality to destroy holdings. Otherwise I would. I'd replace it with one of my own. Yeah, England's pretty strong at the moment, but I would say that I'm probably stronger. In fact, we're getting a whole lot of levies at the moment, so yes, I think I am. How's my health? I'm still fine. $12,000 against 11,000. But they... No, I think I actually have more men-at-arms than they do. Ah, but England does have money for ransoms. So, speaking of ransom... Bloody hell, I have so much money. Ebba we're keeping for now. 247, you're the Emir of Castile. You will get that money eventually. So will you. So will you. So will you. Ali of Aragon. You can go. Kera of Aragon. You can go. Vela. You can go. Sebastian. Oneza. Shake money. Yeah, that's it. You were... Oh, money-o, not money. Argio Alvarez. Captain Abda. Would you really not ransom? You would. I just need to wait for you to get some more money. Okay, so there are probably some buildings and things I could be building down here. I definitely want to hold on to Sevilla and probably Cordoba. I'll likely give Granada away, because I just can't hold on to all of this. So Sevilla can build up crop fields. That sounds good to me. Niebla can build... something. Mora can upgrade the crop fields. You can upgrade the crop fields even. Cordoba. Level 8 fortifications. We have manor houses, we have quartermasters, which are levies. Defences and then homesteads. Not necessarily sold on this, especially as you could get farms and fields. Alakars. Fine. Calatrava. Fine. Jane. Fine. That's all actually built up fully already. And Cadiz can upgrade the trade port. You're already building. Sweet. So we could continue to build up, say, Amsterdam. With more defences. And Middelburg. With more crops. Haarlem. With pastoral lands. Possibly hunting grounds, because it does increase the strength of cavalry forces. Am I able to hit level... Oh, I can. Calatrava is going to be our northernmost holdout. So increasing your defences does actually sound pretty useful. And Alakos, you are the other northernmost holdout. Okay. Because I don't really intend to go any further north than this. I just want the south, so it's like an outpost. And yes, I can get lots of mercenaries if I absolutely need to. I'm making 43 ducats a month at the moment. Oh, it's disgusting. So we still have the Mordling Söderköping as your primary heir. That's good. Okay, I think it's time to go after England. How's the Empire coming along? I mean, I'd say it's doing pretty well. We finally spread into Iberia, as I've been promising to do for absolutely ages. Poland is massive. This is actually a very small Poland. They were much bigger earlier. Like, they controlled all of Moravia, Augsburg. Basically, this was Poland previously. But they imploded, same as the Byzantines imploded. And the Banasids seem to be imploding a little bit as well. They're having some issues. Like, nobody's really kept their power together. Oh wow, Marmonids have actually just massively expanded. Down here in the south. Interesting. Oh, I'm petitioning out the kingdoms. Sweden's one of mine. Denmark's one of mine. Gardariki will be one of mine. Visby has actually been integrated by Sweden now. That's good. I'm actually kind of curious about this because I haven't checked it for a long time. Houses. Svati is us. Oh no! The Carlings have taken over Denmark. Disaster! Mordling Viangi is us. Yeah, Carlings are in England as well. And in France. So what happened in Denmark? How did we lose control of this? I guess it was just taken over. Katarina is not one of ours. Jylland is not one of ours. Schleswig's not one of ours. Huh, we might need to go and re-establish some control in Denmark. Oh, we do. Rainbot is a original Mordling. So we at least have a count in Denmark, so it's not over for us yet. But it does look like the odds are kind of stacked against us. Hey, Katie. I really like how it's rewarded letting your dynasty have powerful realms outside of your direct control. Yeah, me too. I would say it's actually my favourite thing about CK3, because I'm having really good fun just like seeding the dynasty out. Like the fact that at one point we owned Frisia, Sweden, Denmark, Estonia, and Gardariki. All 5 of those were Mordling. And there is actually a decision, which is the dynasty of many crowns if you take over 10. Right now we just have 2, which is Sweden and Frisia. And this is one of the things I would like to get at some point. Oh yeah, this character never went on a pilgrimage. We should probably do that. Are all the holdings down here built? I would imagine so. Yes. Good. You did notice you wanted to educate your daughter's betrothed earlier but couldn't due to culture. Just wondering how much it would cost to convert his culture. You can't just convert culture like that. The only way to do it would be to educate them. And if he wasn't accepting education anyway and there's a penalty for doing it that way. You are paying 200. You know what? I will accept 200 because I have a feeling you actually have several people that need to be converted. How far away from herds are we? 8 years. And how far away from household soldiers are we? 121 years. Okay. A bit longer. And we are going to need to do a bunch of work to regain control and stuff down here. In fact, I want you doing Cordoba right now. More important. Converting culture is so fast. Faction targeting us is disbanded. Okay. So I'm going to say that we are probably in a pretty safe position to go after England. I'm just going to double check to see why I'm over my limit. It's just because Seville's so big. These are all counties, not baronies. Yep, we're definitely going to need to give up Holland as soon as we can form Andalusia. Karelia right now is actually the most powerful. Alright, England. I do believe that it is now time for me to go after Granada. You've only got one ally, 12,000 men versus 12,000 men. The war would take place down here. Let's do this. It is time for us to put on the safety helmet again, because this is going to be another big fight. Okay. We've got another one rising up over here. The Hilalid Sultanate, eh? Alright, so we need you to raise locals and then raise all. And I'm hoping it's going to take some time for the English to arrive over here. I'm also really hoping the English actually go for this area. This is, after all, where the war goal is. So if the original army, that's you, starts sieging this, that should be enough to provoke them. bugger. Oh no, that's Welsh. We can't do anything with that. And then this army is going to be led by Jibby. No, it won't be. Where are you? Commanding an army oh, you're in the other army, aren't you? Yeah, you are. So this is Chibi's army. And this is, whoops, the main fighting army, which is going to be Pecco's. And then the other thing I'm going to do when you arrive here. Split, 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 split. And all the champions. And most of them. So you are going to go siege that down. Perfect. You can stand here and get ready to receive reinforcements. Now, I wonder if the English are going to try and land directly here, or whether they're going to sail all the way around and try and come in behind in Almera. I'm not sure. I'm really hoping that they don't call my bluff and go for the Netherlands. Because they might. It would probably actually be the wisest course of action for them, would be to go for the Netherlands. Alright, so we have a full 9,000 man army here. So we're going to move down just a little bit so that we can see exactly where they go. Those are just my minions fighting, that's fine. Alright, one down. On to the next. And in fact, while England is at war with us, I'm going to take this opportunity to be really sneaky and ransom you back to them for 130, which is the last of their money. Yeah, you got a cheap deal. You got it for 130 instead of 300. But it's also all of your money during wartime. And you're actually losing attrition standing there, so let's move you here, where supply limit is high enough to actually maintain you. Oh, here they come. Alright, where are the English going? They're going to go for you, or are they going to land over here? They're going to land over there. So basically we want to reinforce the Granadan forces. And their allies didn't come to the... Oh. Okay. You changed your mind. Quite right too. Captured. You go that way and capture this. And we're going to go and hit them there. This is going to be a battle in the hills. This is going to be their defensive battle. They still have negatives from sailing, which they won't have anymore. So this is going to be purely down to quality. My commanders are better. This might actually be a somewhat close fight. I'm not sure. We can get another lifestyle perk. This can go to defensive measures, which will increase my fort level throughout my realm. Just makes their sieges more difficult. And yeah, here we go. So we have a +9. They have heavy cavalry. We have heavy cavalry. Though the heavy cavalry won't be effective because we are fighting in hills. And they do have a +5 defender advantage, which is being countered by my own ability. Oh, and they're in debt. Right. Yeah, but debt. If they weren't in debt, they might well have held me here. But because they're in debt, they won't. So that sneaky ransom basically won me this war. I am known for my dedication to the faith. We are now a paragon of virtue. We're also really close to getting exalted among men. You're almost certainly going to sail again, so we're going to go and stand out here in Seville, in Granada. Is there anywhere that can actually maintain this army? Yes, here. Although we're at full supply, we'll march over. North settlement of Cadiz. Excellent. So you can start converting Cordoba, which I suspect is going to take you a little bit longer. And how'd this battle go? They lost 3,000, we lost 1,000. We did lose a champion. Who died? Duchess Frutlina of Brabant. They had 200 armoured horse. They lost 87, killed 223. We had 250 and we killed 400. And that's just because of the damage buffs. At some point we should probably build like blacksmiths, which I think increase their damage done. Oh, yeah, we have the ships coming in again. Where are they going to land? They're going for a... Okay. Oh, they didn't get locked in. Disappointed! Looks like we're going to fight them in the same spot. Oh no, they're going north. Okay. Trying to re-siege some of these territories. Unfortunately, not going to work. Alright, you... go and siege Tangier. And we're just going to go and chase after this army, if we can. Yeah, damn. As soon as I saw you were going this way instead of this way, I was like, you're just going to go south. Yeah, you need a commander. It's not going to be me. Friendly casualties minus 25. It's going to be, actually, hang on. We had a... Ah, let's sack that army. Oh no, you're reckless. I was hoping that we would have a rough terrain specialist. No, she's definitely the best choice. This is probably going to be a stack wipe. Because it's just levies. Lost my mangonels, depending on when we get there. We got there! Not a stack wipe. We took a lot of damage, but it was not a stack wipe. Wasn't for them either. Ended scheme to sway you. You should now convert. Good. And then this army goes and takes Tangier. This army goes and sits in Cadiz. Okay, so who should we sway next? Probably just one of my vassals who really doesn't like us. Like Bercy. Let's sway you. Cool. Did the siege army lose its commander? No. Although Chibi seems to be missing. Chibi was a sibling. No, Chibi's still around. Did you move? Oh, you became Count. Of Lille. So your brother-in-law gave you a title. And that means that you are no longer my subject. You're now his vassal, not mine. Adopt faith. To the loathsome Queen Frank, I finally understand the might of Odin. Lay down your arms, and I will convert to Orsetru. Wow. That is really tempting, but I also like the fact that England's not our faith. I'm going to say no. If it happens, it's going to happen, but it's not going to be because of me. Because that's just going to make Northern Europe kind of boring, because everything will be also true. I quite like that there are some others around. Because this is how it looks right now. So that would then mean that Scandinavia, the Low Countries, Northern Germany, France, and Britain are all also true. And then it would basically be the Ossetry versus Orthodox and, I guess, Cabarite. No, I like that they're insular. I like that there are some different faiths. Because I'm thinking this long term. So imagine if they stay insular for EU4. And that's going to bring in some religious tensions going forwards. I think that this is better for the long-term health of the game. Alright, where are you going? You're going here, aren't you? Yeah, you are. Naval invasion style. We're going to get there to save you this time, though. We're going to get there to save you again. These guys are amazing at just holding the line. Level of fame gained. We are now exalted among men. So that means we can use the Holy War for kingdoms now. I mean, they're trying. They are trying. Just not succeeding, really. And because this guy has the unyielding defender, friendly fatal casualties, minus 25%, even though he's losing the battles, he's not losing the manpower. Which means he can just keep on sieging. As long as we get there to reinforce. That's the big thing. And I think that as soon as this falls, it's over. Just going to double check Frisia. Yeah, they never attacked my capital. Fishing net weavers constructed in Cadiz. So let's see what else you can do. You can upgrade the pastures. Do we want pastures or do we want farms and fields? I think we want farms and fields here. 100%. Done. Alright, so we're going to bring our armies over here to Granada. We're going to kick out these vassals because I want to replace them with my own. And we have a Dynasty legacy. That's a 200. So we can get erudition, we can get glory. Or we can get guile, or we can get blood. I think at this point, home estates is actually what I'm after. Let's finish off law. You know what? There's a legacy missing from this. Wealth. I bet that they're going to add more legacies with DLC. So when the Republics come out, they're probably going to have the wealth legacy. Because that's the one that we would want right now. Because we've had several very wealthy rulers. Betrothed can get married. Please do. Oh yes, this is Sophia. So Sophia is the one that we were thinking of putting in charge of Friesland. Ransom, 253. You know what? That's acceptable. I can agree to this. And also, Hunters' Lodges in Haarlem are done. Oops, West Friesland, Haarlem. Let's go ahead and upgrade those. Algeciras also can build something. Like a trade port. Jane can't. Holocaust can't. Cabra can. You can definitely get the field upgrades. Okay. So what we're going to do here is we're going to merge these two together, and then we're going to split them. And then the second army is going to come down here. And we're just going to sit on both of these, because if they rise up, they'll rise up together. just like last time. Upset Baron. This happened despite your marshal's poor skill. So it happened because of my marshal's poor skill, not despite his skill. Okay, so you oh, this costs stress. Was I trying to imprison you? No, I think I was just using the stress regardless. Yeah, because this is quite important. I don't think that this is unjust. These are heathens. And if you decline... Ah, here we go. Prince Sinnerhelm will join his rebellion. And he will decline. Rally the troops. Ready here. So we just need to siege them down. Oh, no, we need to kill their army. And then siege. Kill the army. And siege. And then I think we'll just go to speed 4. And while that's going... I don't think I need my helmet for this. This isn't exactly dangerous. And I quite like to hear what's actually going on. Also, I know that there are a bunch of drink teas available. And I would quite like to indulge in that. Battle-tested 24, Delaris, Spartan Sui, and Cherno Alpha. Thank you very much for the follows. Welcome to the channel. Then Electric Witch Whipper. That's for you, Twisted Kind. And then Colinus. Greetings, salutations, Mordred chat. Would have been interesting to see if England would have blown up just like France. It would have happened less so because the king was being forcibly converted, and I think he takes a bunch of his vassals with him as part of the event. It's just the same as you demand a conversion outside of that. The old Bercy has been swayed. You are now positive towards us. Good. It's just you two now. Another stewardship perk. So, organised muster rolls would give levy reinforcement rate, which is much like the overseer prepared conscription. But it doesn't say in friendly territory, it's just reinforcement rate. Oh, son and heir has been captured, so we'll go ahead and enforce. Bish! Okay, so you are having your title revoked. And you are having your title revoked. And there we go! So we still need to take Malaga, but this would actually be sufficient now to form, I believe, the Kingdom of Andalusia. And then with the Kingdom of Andalusia, we're going to change the law to be a Scandinavian elective. And it automatically changes to equal. I think that's because of our religion. Okay, cool. So, we now have 3 kingdoms. We have Andalusia, Frisia, and Gardariki. Which is rather nice. I also have way too many provinces at this point. Is this going to be our new primary as we march into India? Yep. Frisia and Gardariki are going to be turned over. And then we'll be playing on as Frisia, which is going to be difficult because we are near to quite a few powerful neighbours. But we are in a very wealthy area. We do want to take out Malaga, if we can. And in fact, a part of that will be securing the Duchy of Granada. So we now have a de jure claim. And then the next thing will be deciding Which are the duchies we want to keep? So do we want to keep Cordoba with their 4? Granada with their 4? And Seville we're definitely keeping. Seville's just really wealthy. I think it's probably going to be Seville and Cordoba. And then Granada we give away. Yeah, Granada doesn't have the same development levels. I mean, it's high, it's just not as high as here. 40. Makes the Netherlands look like a backwater. Okay, so, Wales. You have a thing which belongs to me. So what we're going to do is we're going to raise the locals. And then I think we're going to raise the regulars over here. And we'll send the regulars to go and siege Wales, while the locals go and siege this. Although actually this army, hold up, doesn't need the specialists, nor does it need the champions. Those should go to Wales. This is just the levies and the onagers. And you'll need a general who's good at sieging, like a Liotto. And you lot stay here. Raise the other locals, group you together, and that should be the men-at-arms. Alright, off we go. Your commander is whoever's better, which is King Pecco. Marvellous. Where are we hopping to next? Probably Africa. Whoa, that was about 1 million things finishing all at once. Okay, cool. Amsterdam, let's keep building you up. Oh right, I just need the Duchy of Holland. Can't do it while I'm at war. I totally forgot that. That was all that was stopping me from building these. So, what do we fancy? I think we were talking about the royal preserves. But that requires manorialism, because that has the development attached. The other one which I'm tempted by is the not blacksmith. Jousting grounds, because it increases the strength of the cavalry. Though siege weapon effectiveness would also be good. So would the military academies. Maudling Dynasty is now known far and wide. We are glorious! We have climbed above merely being famous. We are now glorious. Are you going for my capital while I'm going for yours? Probably. Yep, they are. That's okay, because my capital is really heavily guarded now. It's a level 5 fort. I don't have farms and fields in Amsterdam. Really? Really? Alright, let's replace you. We'll make even more money there. What level is this place? 2. So we should finish sieging before they finish sieging me. Unless, of course, they have mangonels. Which may hasten it. They don't. They just have onagers. Is that an onager? Oh, I have no siege engines here, so that's going to take 3 months. How long is it going to take you? 4 months. Haha. Huzzah! That's only a 44%. That's less than I'd hoped. Alright, we're going to do something a little bit risky. Oh, I can't. Oh, yes, I can. I can do this. And I can do this. Ah, except I can't move you until you actually get strong, which is going to take 3 months. Let's split you. Not in half. Split into new army. Basically, all the units that are here already. Oh, I can't command them. Yes, I can. So these are just my men-at-arms. Commander is about the same. We do have the defensive advantages from this location. They have a faith hostility advantage, really? No, we just have the quality, though. My heavy cavalry! That's what does it! Heavy cavalry! That's a lot of alerts along the top. Yeah, it's every single ally that I can call into the war. I mean, this being a drop-down in much the same way as issues, just saying allies to call, that would probably be a better way of handling this, but it's a mod. It splits out some of the stuff that's hidden in the issues, like, for example, children need a guardian. And those are very useful pop-ups. These ones, not as much. A shameful truth has reached the light of day. My vassal Jarl Rikisa has had an extramarital affair with my chancellor, Jarl Holston. Guards! Need a new chancellor. Well... yeah, bring you in. Not as good, but that's okay. And there we go, we won the Siege of Amsterdam. Bye, Wales. The visit. I am passing through Aachen, the capital of my vassal Jarl Bersi, when I receive an invitation to visit his castle. As I arrive, he welcomes me with respect and a tour. One thing that strikes me is the place is full of unfinished projects. He is currently severely injured. He probably won't live for much longer. Show me to my rooms. I don't care. I'm sadistic. Alright, so these armies have now fielded up again. You've got a day left. You are done. You're a sieger. You go and finish sieging this stuff down. And we're going to leave the other army here in Amsterdam in case they come back for us, which they probably will. Cadet branch. Count Streak has created the Mordling Beaumonts. Getting bored of Stellaris, might try this. This is worth it. This is a very good game. Oh, has his army gone? Yes, they have. If I lose Malaga, then we lose the war score, that contribution that we've had already. Let's go and siege down Carnarvon. Hopefully, there we go. Woohoo. That'll do. Alright, our armies can head home. Job's done. So, we now control Malaga. And now we can think about giving some of these territories away. We need to create the Earldom of Granada, if I haven't already. I have already. So, Jean is in Cordoba. And Cabra is in Granada. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So who should we give this land to? Euphema Woland's quite good. Which is the wealthiest bit? Cabra. But Granada has Alhambra. So this really needs to be somebody military to control Granada proper. Aloito? Probably Aloito. Aloito. So if you get County of Granada, then Cabra, which we determined was the wealthiest because of the high development, is going to go to Euphema. Then Malaga is the next wealthiest. I'm trying to give these to decent stewards. Not you. Not the king, because then I'd lose his control. Prince Budley? No. Don't trust him enough. Nobody here is immediately jumping out. The other thing we can do is sort out some of the ransoms. Ooh, you're a good fighting. Navarrese Company, also known as France in the original March of the Vikings. Navarrese Company conquered France, turned it into an army with a state. This is the best Paradox launch ever. I would agree with that. Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Up until this point, I would have said it was EU4, but now I'd say it's CK3. Malagrot has come in with a 9-month resubscription. Thank you very much for the ongoing support there, Malagrot. Thank you. Much appreciate it. Unfortunately, I don't seem able to... Oh, they're already considering a proposal. Let's see. No? Now we can. You wouldn't want to... No. Join us. Just temperate. Emengar is not terrible. We could recruit him. He wouldn't like us very much, but we could do that. Actually, Prince Sinnerhelm is even better. You know you're desperate when you start recruiting the princes of your enemies. Although Ayla is now dead, so he's no longer in line for the throne. He's a zealot. He's probably also a rival. Yeah, he wouldn't accept. Holston, you've been a naughty boy. Thank you for your contribution. And Yalrakissa as well. Has also been a naughty girl. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Well, that gives us a bit more money. Because clearly that's what I lacked the most. Money. Yeah, I probably should be inviting champions. It's not like I'm short on prestige right now. Speaking of launch, the launch of CK3 is great too. I was a little sad I was playing CK3 on XGP instead of Steam, but then discovered that Paradox is an integrated mod site and the launcher will auto-download update mods. That's pretty nice. Alex is quite good. Honourable Adventurer. Oh yeah, you would be very good. We will give you Almera. No, we'll give you Malika. Then we just need to give Almera away. Holmfrid has heeded the summons. Holmfrid is very good. She's also just. Don't even need to recruit you to the court. I can just give you the title. Congratulations, you have earned the County of Almera. So who of you do I like the most? Probably you. Yeah, you're just all round the best here. So even though you probably should have been in Granada, that's okay. Okay, cool. So, that's those territories given away. Next, I need to make Andalusia primary. And I need to make either Cordoba or Sevilla the capital. It's really annoying that I can't do anything with this. Oh, maybe it's just because I don't own the Duchy of Cordoba. Okay, so the strategic marches are now working. Although I'll probably replace them with something else, like the Royal Reserve. And yes, I think that Cordoba is going to be our new capital. Sevilla's got a 4, 8, 9, 10... 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Cordoba's got a 4, 7, 10, 12. So Sevilla's quite a lot bigger, but Cordoba does have a double farmland in its capital. Hell, triple farmland in its capital. It's too bad that these two aren't cities and that's the temple. That would have been the best setup. Yeah, we need to convert it, but that's going to happen just over time. So yes, Cordoba is going to be the capital. And we are now known as Andalusia. And we will need to give up 2 more territories, but that would basically be Holland. So who are we going to set up as the ruler of Holland? It was going to be Sophia, wasn't it? Because Sophia is matrilineally married to Mordling Rostock, which means that their children are Mordling Rostocks. So Sophia's going to get this. Yeah, you will. Zeeland, Holland, West Friesland, Holland. And now I'm under my domain limit. I still have 12,000 soldiers. Let's do a save before we go too far down this path. Because while I have the 3, we're completely secure. But I'm now going to be changing the succession. So, Frisia. I would like to vote... She's not on the list of succession, why? Oh, she's not my dynasty. That's okay, I can fix that by just giving... I'm just going to have to give you it. Because you can't just inherit it, unfortunately. And that already messes it up. Because I need to make sure that all of these... Oh, how would I do that now? Because the problem here is Frisia... The only de jure Frisia is Holland, Gelre, Utrecht, and Flanders. Jülich, Westphalia, Lower Lorraine, Luxembourg, Brabant, and Angria are all not de jure. How did Frisia become Andalusia? Because we conquered it. Our primary title is now Andalusia. Don't worry, we haven't been conquered. We're just moving. This is all part of being March of the Vikings. We were Gotland, then we were Friesland, and now we're Andalusia. We're marching on. But I'm trying to work out how to turn Frisia back into Frisia. Because I've already chosen who's going to take over it. That's going to be my daughter, Sophia. The problem is she's not my dynasty. Her kid is. Her kid is. I'll just vote for Egil as the successor. He's a Mordling. She has a claim, though. So why can't she be voted for? Yep, it would be you. And now I only have one vote. Huh. Well, that's okay, because my next character is going to be Gear anyway. And then the other thing I need to choose is Gardariki. And Gardariki should go to Helmi. Unfortunately, I can't give you Karelia as well. I could do it as an empire. And it wouldn't actually be that difficult to do. So if I become an empire, then I can make them the kings. I wasn't intending to create an empire, but there's no reason not to. No, we're not Frisia anymore. We're Andalusia. Okay, so we're going to need some money. Best way to make money? Ransoms. You would not accept. You don't have enough money. You have some. And it was actually most of, so we'll accept it. Unfortunately, most of you don't have enough money for these ransoms. Ah! Oh, you do. You have majority. Yeah, you guys need to get a move on. There it is. A realm reforged. I have done what no one else could. I have united the lands of Andalusia with those of Frisia and Gardariki. All of my vassals in Godar are finally gathered before my throne. I have earned the moment in their eyes, and more importantly in the eyes of the gods. As Firka Ukko places the crown upon my head, I declare my new empire. It is what my servant vassals are here to witness, and as declaration leaves my lips, all the power of my realm, spiritual as well as temporal, kneel before me. Andalusia reigns supreme. And now with that, we can actually create the monarchies I want to do and then split them out. And also means that in the future we'll be able to do the same thing. So we can now have monarchs beneath us. What's needed to dismantle the papacy? We need to make sure that Pope Eugenius is not landed. And we need to completely control the region of Italia. Okay, so you are getting Frisia. And you are also getting the vassals of Brabant, Luxembourg, Westphalia, Village. Angria. And then over here, we're going to make you Gardariki now. We're going to grant you Luki, Karelia, Meknes. I think. Wait, where's Meknes? I don't even know where this is. This is Meknes. Meknes is mine. You can't have it. Okay, Andalusia. Improprietous remarks. I sit paying only a little attention as the peasant finishes their tale of woe. Frankly, I barely even registered what they were talking. Oh, this is stress. I'm stressing out massively because I'm greedy. Frankly, I barely even registered what they were talking about. My mind is full to the bursting of my own problems. You know, I think there's a perfect spot in my dungeon for you, I reply without thinking. The court around us goes utterly quiet, all eyes on the bewildered commoner and me. Evidently, that wasn't the response that they had expected. I become reclusive. I lose stress. Help myself to the treasury, Burker. You need it. Or apologies now. Please repeat your story. Leave. All of you. Okay. Now can I give you independence? I can't give you independence. Sod. Actually, I know what I can do, probably. Go to me. Go to this. Can't destroy the title. And you would lose 25 opinion for 10 years. This bit's Frisia, apparently. Who owns that? Westphalia. Interesting. There's definitely going to be a couple of power struggles up here when we're done. Oh, they're at war with another vassal. What about you? She is my de jure vassal. Oh, because this empire has all of that as de jure. This ain't gonna work. If I do end up dying, will they split off? No, not under an empire. Maybe you can settle the Vikings in Calatrava now. I don't know where that is. Oh, Nerja hasn't got a third holding. Neither do you. Northeast Cordoba. Ah, up here. "11 fort defense. Blimey. This would be a tough nut to crack. You can't give counties to them, I don't think. Alright, CK3, console commands. I think I'm going to do this via console commands. So I need a way of destroying the title. Is there a way of giving vassals? No. Keep getting the zoom bug. What's the zoom bug? Just looked on Steam, this game already has over 500 mods, but the two of interest to you. One allows us to ruse Shield Maidens, they already exist, and changes the title champion to Huskarl. Would be confusing because our unique unit's called the Huskarl. Can't zoom in or out. Try map changes like you'd expect. It should, so the style changes, the realm flags come in and out. So, trying to understand what that means. What doesn't change? The map doesn't change, but the flags do? There's ways of giving titles. There's ways of doing laws. There we go. Oh no, destroy and destroy. Destroy title. Oops, that wasn't it. It was left 11. Before we do this, well, let's save the game. I think that should do the primary. No. Why am I doing console commands? Because I want to destroy the Empire title. The intention here was that I'm trying to seed different kingdoms around the world. So I want Frisia and I want Gardariki to be independent. And I was expecting to be able to just release them. But because when I created this empire, they're set to being de jure part of my realm, so I can't release them. You can only offer independence to non-de jure titles. Yeah, Venice has done really well. You know what, there's an easier way of doing this. Or is it? Is there a way of setting who vassals are? No. Because what I would like to do is just give... So, what's happened is I can create Frisia and it will get independence, as it's supposed to. The problem is the de jure titles are Holland, Utrecht, Flanders, and Friesland. But Angria, Luxembourg, Brabant, etc., all of the stuff around here is not theirs de jure. So it does not flip when the title is released. And what I'm trying to do is give all of those vassals to the kingdom and then split them away. Being a kingdom would be too powerful. I get bored when I'm too powerful. Check the empire view. Yeah, see, all of these are now de jure part of my empire, which I also not massively appreciate. Which I don't massively like. Like, why is this suddenly not part of Russia? That's weird. I don't think that forming the empire was the way to fix it. I just need a way of being able to give counties to somebody else who is independent. So I need to be aware. There needs to be a way of setting the Overlord for a title. But I haven't found a way of doing it yet. Can't grant vassalage to independent rulers. I mean, the other thing is to just make them independent. They'll probably conquer them eventually, but that stands the risk of their neighbours just taking them. Like, part of the reason that I think Home Guard, right, or Gardariki right now can survive is because of Karelia. See you, Bamboozle. I'm not convinced they will. We've struggled with Gardariki too often. Remember, this is about the 4th attempt with Gardariki. I'm trying to give them as good an opportunity to actually survive as we've been able to do so far. Oh, that's true. We could do it via offer vassalage. Yeah, okay. So we kind of need to do that before Andalusia is formed. I guess would be this autosave where we're still trying to save up the money. But when I give all this land away, I may not necessarily be the dynasty ahead. In fact, I'd be somewhat surprised if I am, because then I'll suddenly be quite small. Okay, so where were we? We are still Frisia. This is too far back. I think this is actually where we want to be. There's a reason I made this many saves. I mean, it would be nice if I could just do it through in-game means. But I don't think I can. Not easily. See you, Cleanus. Oh, am I already the Empire here? No, still the Kingdom. So I still have the Kingdom level titles. Whoops. Console's still on. Turn that off. Good. So, I am trying to grant you the title Frisia. And you see, this is what happens. I did keep all of this, interestingly enough. Oh, how are you de jure part of Andalusia? You're clearly not. Wasn't he the one with the African county? No, African county is independent. They're directly to me. Oh. Okay, it's done. So we have now released every part of our kingdom with the exception of Luki, and I'm probably going to need to hold a feast or something to get rid of the stress of breaking my empire apart like this. But that's okay, we can deal with that. So you are at war with somebody. I would like you to stop. Who are you fighting? Well, we can get to you after that war is over, and I don't think that's going to take very long. So I'm going to save at this point. And then we're going to use... bit of magic. She is neighbouring. She's quite clearly neighbouring. Maybe I can only do this so quickly. Let's try up here. Karelia. Nope, that's requesting a claim. Too far away to... I didn't switch to Karelia, did I? Sweat fealty. Oh, did it not switch? No, it did switch. We're not Luxembourg. Alright, so let's just go to me for a couple of days. Yeah, I thought it might have been because they were already accepting an offer from somebody. It wasn't the real reason that it was telling. Okay, now we can do this. Ah, damn it. Peasant uprising, so we'll need to switch to you in a bit later. That's okay. There we go. Frisia will be united again very shortly. Blink, blink, blink. So we need to keep an eye on you and you. But this is savable because we have now pretty much achieved what we wanted to. If we don't get all of them, then fine. Frisia can still raise 5,000 troops. You can raise 1,300. Which should be enough to keep you secure from everyone except maybe Sweden. But if you had Lucky, then that would make that easier. Also, Westphalia has some territories out here, which is kind of hilarious. We will need to keep an eye on you to see when you finish fighting your battles. And yes, we do need to host a feast. And the council. Ah, good. Good, 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 good. Chancellor. Right, my powerful vassals have now radically changed. I have 2 dukes. Although one of them's going to be leaving soon, so I'm not going to bother with him. It's just the Duchess Euphemia of Granada, who is a great warrior and a great intriguer. And I think I'm actually going to assign you for intrigue. Marshal, it's going to be you. Steward. It's not going to be you. Chancellor. Cool. Ransom. Yes, I will accept that, because I'm going to need some money now. Dangerous faction. Peasants. They're going to rise up soon, but that's okay. And my heir right now should be gear. It is a gear now. Cool. Boom. Yeah, this is exactly what I wanted. So we've seeded our extra realms out. We now have... only 2 Mordling crowns? What? I don't think that's updated yet. Because Frisia is. Actually, Gardariki isn't yet. But their heir is. No! Their heir changed! Son of a bitch! Ah! Fine. Bloody Gardariki. There's enough Mordling seeded around here, though, that it's gonna happen at some point, probably. Also, Marwanids conquering bits of West Francia. Just swapping territories, apparently. Oh yeah, you are outstanding fighter, aren't you? Oh, but I can't get you into my court. Too bad. We do have a very large court. Right, can we ransom anyone else? That's just because you're out of money. You don't have enough money. You do. You're close enough. We're slowly but surely getting rid of all of these people. We have an influx of cash, which is going to be good in case we need mercenaries, because we're now a lot more squishy, although we still can raise 9,000 soldiers. Primarily, I think, because of our men-at-arms, which we still have. Like, all of that's unchanged. I might lose control of the Norse culture. In fact, I almost certainly will. Oh, that's going to be interesting. Because Friesland's going to have it. Hello, Valiant. Iberia is falling under my spell. We are now playing as Andalusia. Frisia and Gardariki are now independent. In fact, I should change the stream title because of this. Do. Okay. 1176. So where do we want to try and get to next? I guess over here somewhere. Maybe Jolof. It's going to be quite a hit to development if we do this. Unless we decide to go for somewhere here in the middle. Ooh, floodplains. Development growth plus 20%. That's even better than farmland. And it looks like there's a fair amount of it there. So maybe we want to try and come down through this. Or hell, possibly even Jolof just as an outpost, then use it as a staging ground to get up the river. Because we're still Vikings, we can still use rivers. Could always kick England out of North Africa. At the moment, I can't beat England. Because they still have... Oh no, they've only got 5,000 men. I wonder why that is. Westphalia's still fighting. And you are still fighting, right? Yes. Need to wait until those guys have finished. A cheery gathering. The guests are gathered in the Great Hall, lords and ladies from near and far reaches of the realm. What's the dev like in West Africa? Let's take a look. Not great. There's a little bit here around So-So, with a height of 18. But considering we're currently probably in one of the wealthiest areas of the world in Cordoba, it's gonna be quite a big change. In fact, we're up there. Where's Baghdad? That's Mosul. It's a 36. Baghdad, there it is. 37. Baghdad's actually behind us now. Constantinople's a 47. Rome's a 43. We've almost caught Rome. That's how wealthy this is. And I have a feeling under my enlightened leadership it's actually going to speed up because we're pretty good at increasing development. Take Rome. It's not really in my path of expansion. I don't really intend to go into the Mediterranean. More nids seem to be the modelling nids. Gotta get a modelling into Francia, maybe into the British Isles. I mean, we probably could have done the British Isles had we forced England to convert, but I still think that was the right decision not to. This would have been a little bit boring otherwise. Yeah, Irish Iceland. The exodus has begun. Take all of Iberia and release Spain and Portugal before Africa. I don't even know if I want to take the whole of Iberia. My intention right now is just to consolidate. What's my heir like at consolidation stuff? Good. He's high diplomacy. Diplomats and stewards are what you want for consolidation periods. On the warpath, it is intoxicating. The drink in my blood, the anger in my veins. My vessel, Thane Solvi, stumbles into me in the hall, and I mistake him for the false mayor Suru. In an instant, his blood is dripping down my blade. As his body slumps to the ground, I suddenly feel very sober. He walked into my knife, I promise! I need to clean off this blade. I'm better at diplomacy, so it was an accident. Neither of them are rivals, so I don't know why I'm sadistic, that's why. Hey, it was an accident. Accident. A promise is a promise. What did I promise last night? I can't remember what led up to it, but I do remember slapping the back of my vassal, Mayor Class, telling him I would do everything he asked of me. Now rumours abound of the oath I swore. A promise is a promise, no matter what. It was just drunken ramblings. Yeah, promise. I don't know what a mayor can actually do, because they don't have a feudal contract. Okay, you're at peace. So we can now grant your independence. Switch out to you. Have... Oops. You, swear fealty to him. What about Westphalia? Westphalia, I think, is still fighting. Westphalia is still fighting. Losing to peasants. And there we go. As my guests depart, with everyone, well, almost everyone, headed for their respective homes, I'm proud to say the feast was a success. I have my husband, Pecco, to thank for much of its success, and I feel nothing but gratitude as he sees the last few guests off. Excellent. So Gardariki can now raise 1,700 men. Gardariki should be okay, especially once they finish consolidating. I think, especially as they are now Osaturu, they should be fine, hopefully. But we're going to need to do a lot of conversion. The other thing, actually, that would have been useful for consolidation, especially in our state, learning. A scandalous priest! The Osteru world is appalled to learn that the Falkir Ukko is himself routinely lying to the local Godar. Yeah, he is deceitful. Condemn him! And then ask him for some money. But just condemn him! He can't afford me. A new champion has arrived. Hello, Holmfred. Recruit to the court. Yes, because you are a pretty good fighter. New stewardship perk. Also a ransom. 34 ducats. Are you insulting me? So I think we're going to go for the professional workforce. And speaking of that, we have lots of money, but there are a couple of holdings around which we're missing. I think in the Cordoba area. Yes. You need a temple. And you need a city. There we go. So now my entire realm is fully built up. Huzzah! Every holding available. Lord Cucumber coming in with a 21-month resubscription. Thank you very much for that. Really appreciate the ongoing support. 21 months. Goodness me. Goodness me. Right. You were insulting me. So no. Crop fields built. Recruitments are done. And we'll just keep an eye on Westphalia because we do need them to vassalize themselves to Frisia as well. Although this is going to be interesting because these territories are Westphalian up there. And they're suddenly going to become Frisian. But that's okay. That's just a cause for conflict between Westphalia and them. A new religious movement. Blank. The old Bercy has been swayed. Do I still need to be swaying that guy? I need to be swaying you. I also need you to be converting, which we can do once we've swayed you. Yeah. Pekko is the wrong... Has he been the wrong faith this entire time? I think he might have been. Now he's the right one. And what about our vassals? Yeah, it's going to take some time to get all of the vassals to be the right faith, I think. Although we don't actually have very many vassals. Those are all mayors. It's the counts and the dukes that I care about. And we only have this count to worry about. You're probably going to get me in trouble. And I don't really want to defend that. Good luck. Borg has arrived. Borg is another good fighter. Right, the quality of our recruits is better because we have the legacy erudition one. Visby's back on the map, is it? No, it's not. To the vile Queen Frank, we've been burdened with your oppressive laws for too long. No more. That's a lot of peasants. Rally the troops. Which I can't do there. Rally the troops across the river. I have a feeling that I might need my fighting helmet for this. Safety helm, where are you? There we go. This might be a little bit tough. Though thankfully I reinforce incredibly quickly. So let's go and brutalize these guys. And we still have Duchess Euphemia as our commander, or Pecco. Both of them are aggressive attackers. You're also a logistician. Let's put you in charge. And thankfully we've got really high quality defenses. So we should be able to demolish them. Okay. That's all I had to do apparently. That went a lot easier than I thought. Never mind. I guess we captured their boss man. Letdown. Yeah, that was like, oh, this is a legitimate risk. It wasn't a legitimate threat. There was nothing threatening about this. The helm will prevail, and the helm did prevail. Apparently. New culture head, Queen Sophia took over. Yeah, as expected. So long as she doesn't change the fascination away from herds, we're fine. Because I really want that to finish so I can start replacing my heavy units. Although she is going to be the first one that gets to medieval. In fact, we've almost finished medieval. We're just 10 months away. Average development of Norse counties, 0.85. Oh, no, that's for medieval. Okay. High medieval as opposed to early. Okay, anyone else that we can ransom? Especially those of you who have been here a while. You know what, you've been here for so long, I'm just going to go ahead and release you for a conversion. You're earning money, but it's going to take you some time. Whoops, not you. You. That's you. You don't earn any money. So his children we may as well just release, although you I'm going to recruit because you can fight. Just clearing out the dungeons, just because it makes it much easier to manage all of this. King Pecco has become an architect. Oh, sweet. That's now 2 of us. And yeah, we're suffering from low control, but that's not really a surprise. Right, where are we up to? Rafika, I think. I don't think you're ever going to get the money. Oh, you're a zealot. Never mind then. How bad? You're lowborn, you'll probably never get the money. Prince Sinnerhelm. 72 ducats. We're getting there. Agatha would be the same thing. Abad the Second. You're earning money. You're earning money. You're a very good fighter. Convert and be recruited. We can talk. You're already Norse. In fact, you have a bucket load of potential. Wrathful and brave? And you're a siege commander. And you're strong? Ooh. Welcome to the good guys. Have there been legitimate risks from peasant uprisings? Never. Early on, they just appear in like bands of 100 to 200, which is just wimpy. That's the first time where I've seen more than like 5,000 rise up. Win the one battle, no one. But that, I think I just got lucky and killed their leader. Like, Westphalia right now is losing to a peasant uprising. Which is annoying, because I need to tag switch to them to cede them over to Frisia. Men-at-Arms negotiation. Men-at-Arms maintenance minus 25%. Sweet. Yeah, that's true. My income is going to drop pretty significantly when we transfer our power over to gear. Ransom, 86. You're getting closer. Not there yet, but you are getting closer. Ah, military. Didn't we just recruit? Yes, we did. An amazing marshal. Ah, but you're all mayors, though. I don't care about that. Roka. I need you increasing my control of these regions. Ah. You are incredibly loyal. But you also have an intrigue of 8. Revoking baronies doesn't invoke tyranny. Well, that's interesting. So basically, if we have somebody with really good stewarding that I can give that land to, like Bjorg here. Oh, I had 2 of them. That is a legitimate barony. So let's see, who should we give this one to? Who's a good fighter? The guy that we just hired, I'd like him to stay loyal. You. Grant title. I've been overwhelmed by stress. Well, sod. Donate some money. It's for a good cause. There we go. No longer overwhelmed. New spy master required. Like, you know, the one that I had in place before. The rapacious villain. Trustworthy. Very trustworthy. Fearless Ravener. He would have been better, but never mind. Okay, so we have assumed direct control again. Westphalia is no longer fighting, so I'm just going to do a quick save. We're going to hand over the territory of Westphalia to Frisia, and then that level of succession is done. I love this switch character ability. It makes this so much easier. You, swear fealty, done. Switch character. Back to Andalusia. Play. Boop. And now Frisia is once again whole. Frisia can raise an army of 5,000. I can raise an army of 8,000. You can raise an army of 2,000. So both of these are probably building up their men-at-arms forces now. Donate some money, then turn around and sell some titles to make up for it. You know what? That's a wonderful idea. 440 ducats for 150 prestige. Cha-ching. It has come to my attention you are selling off title, even though I've been inadequately honoured for my service. Indeed, considering my achievements on your behalf, a few new titles would not go amiss. So it shall be then. Here, have a title. And I think it may now be at last time for me to go on a pilgrimage. To, you know, prove my dedication to the Ersteru faith. And all of the wealth that, and all of the things in the afterlife. Valhalla and such. Yes. Oh man, this is going to be incredibly expensive. Going to Nidaros costs 550. It's now considered a very long pilgrimage. Gotta do it at least once. As I prepare for my journey, I know I will travel safely under the protection of the gods. My destination lies far from home, but in service to the Asgard, even my own realm must wait. While he's been swayed. I thought I was swaying you to convert you. You're over there now. I don't care about you. Okay, is there anyone else I need to be swaying? You. Faction created against me. Andalusian populists. I could have sworn that this was supposed to be the path onwards. None of my companions, or I, have managed to find our way back to the pilgrimage route. Are we even looking for the right stars at night? It feels as if we've been wasting weeks. I swear it's just a little bit further in this direction. Severe health penalty. This is fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. See you, Mastani. Here, have a title. You are now the most honourable mayor. Bandits! I wake to the noise of chaos in camp. It only takes me a few moments to realise what is happening. We are under attack. Bandits are swarming our tents and wagons while the guards do what they can to resist. Where is my sword? I am, after all, a legendary blade master. Come at me. 92% chance of success. I'll fight them all off. Bandits fended off. I gained some prestige. 3,000 for Gardariki, 3,000 for Frisia. Is Frisia fighting? Frisia is fighting. Defending against Duchess Rotrud the Foolish of Alsace in the Holy War for the Kingdom of Frisia. Oh dear, Frisia is somewhat outnumbered. Oh dear, really? That much? I'm too far away from Frisia? Oh boy, that's... Interesting. So basically what this is now telling me is... Gotta focus on this. I am now no longer interested in Northern Europe. That's no longer a factor. I am here, body and soul, at the great temple of Nidaros. As the Hofgod Eye offers me blessings, I reflect on everything that had to happen for the gods to bring me here at this moment in time. We gained 625 prestige. Sorry, piety. And I am now a pilgrim. I'm halfway on the way to religious icon. Good stuff. Svanhilda has no reason to stay at court nor soon leave. Yeah, that's fine. The return. My journey has been a long one, but I have finally come home again. While much remains the same, something has changed in how the Godai and the Hofgodai treat me. I have undergone the journey of a holy woman, and they insist it's changed something about me, whether I can see it in myself or not. The hat on my steward. Yeah, it's pretty impressive, isn't it? I mean, this is one of the cool things about, like, the March of the Vikings, particularly in CK3, is we're going to see a lot of different wardrobes emerging as we move around the world. As the nationalities and such change. How close are we? Oh! We are now officially High Medieval. So do these speed up at all? Yes. From previous early medieval era, plus 0.2. So all of these have sped up now to catch up faster. So Herd's going to take just a year, 12 months. March of the Vikings, an achievement, my own campaign. My own campaign. I mean, it'd be kind of cool if Paradox did turn that into an achievement, because I think it's a worthy one. Basically, it's to establish Vikings in India. And it's definitely a long-term goal. Very long-term. Okay, so we are still getting money in, so we could be spending that. That depends. How much is this guy worth? 225. Wales, what are you earning? 3 ducats. You know what? Go on then. To the Admirable Frank. With Norse settlement and the installation of administration, Cordoba is now fully Norse. Marvellous. How about we go and switch... Algeciras. An opportunity. In my attempts to sway Thane Hroka to my interests, I have found an opportunity. I think I could argue our goals are in fact the same as I dictate my next letter. 62% chance of success. Sees through my efforts, failed. And we do have another lifestyle perk. So, centralization, which is going to see more growth. In the realm capital. Are we actually going to... Oh, I never did get administrator. Whoops. And we've also finished increasing control. Go ahead and do that one. Oh! Queen Sophia has been murdered. Oh, Odin! How could you do this to Sophia? If I have sinned, why do you not punish me instead? She was blameless, my perfect daughter. Life is so much in store for her. Oh, bollocks. This is going to be another flip out. Okay, that immediately lost me some stress. She did not deserve this. Courtiers. My courtiers practically live off of my generosity. Is it not high time they showed their gratitude? Even a lesser noble must understand that much about honour and duty. I gained 20 dread. Extorted courtiers for 10 years. They dislike me by 10. But we gained 400 ducats. Boiling anger! You might be a queen, but you're also an abhorrent doxy. The unprovoked anger expressed by my vassal. Frogger Pirate comes as a complete surprise. She's been under a lot of stress lately, but to behave like this, it's calming. So what's happened to Frisia? Who gets it? Trigrave. He's still a Maudling Vyungith, though. Oh, and that may also have... Nope, they're still fighting against Alsace. And his... Oh, sorry, her murder has massively reduced their military. Frisia might well lose this. Errant heir. My son, Gear, went ahead of the group, chasing a hart. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. I follow close behind. I find him standing over a commoner, tugging an arrow out of the poor woman's chest. As soon as he sees me, he hides the arrow behind his back. It was a heart mother, I swear. Soon enough, the rest of the party will catch up and demand an explanation. Gare fought valiant to save her. I saw it. Yeah, that stresses me out because I'm just... Managed to hide the body. Stresses me out because I'm just... Too bad the heart got you both. Bloody hell. I'm sadistic, so I just murder them both. No. In this instance, I think that my just nature would show through. So unfortunately, Gear is now known as a murderer. Sorry, Gear. And yes, that's my heir, so that's going to make my next game that much more difficult. Oops. I am now a novice hunter, together with my eager reveler. Cool. And we have a lot of money, so I should probably be building stuff. I really wish I could change the Great Mosque of Cordoba to something more Norse. Oh, we are still constructing here. Okay, that's fair. Let's go on to here, and then here. Seville's the other really rich area. Right, duchy building. Yes, we could do this. We should do this. Do I want Seville to be another royal preserve? No. Now, we're not in the Low Countries anymore, so actually a jousting ground isn't going to be as useful. Because that increases the strength of light and heavy cavalry. So maybe a military academy makes our knights more effective and also allows us to have more of them. Yeah, if we were still in the Low Countries, then I probably would go for jousting. But that's just not going to be as effective anymore. Because although this little bit is Low Countries, all of this is hilly. And knights have a big penalty in hills. Actually, I don't know how big a penalty. Let's take a look. Armoured horsemen. Plus 30 damage in plains and in dry land. Minus 10 in hills. Minus 75 in mountains, deserts and wetlands. They are terrible in wetlands. Thankfully, that's not where we are. Although if we go to Africa, the area that I was proposing in Africa, this is wetlands. What happened here? No more control of Frisia, but Queen of Andalusia. Yeah, we switched. So Gardariki and Frisia are now independent. They are still Mordling territories, and we're now in Andalusia. It's all part of the March of the Vikings. We're just moving on around the world. How far south in Africa can you go? Just this. What's my preferred duchy building? Well, I don't really have a preferred one. It's entirely dependent on what the local situation is for that duchy. And also what your realm is good at. Like, we're fairly good with knights, so I am tempted by that. And we've been reliant on that. Sorcerer Dave, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome to Sorcerer Dave's viewers. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. So, for those of you just joining us, we are currently playing as Queen Frank, the Queen of Andalusia. We are Reformed Usteru, which is the Norse faith. We are also still Norse. And we are slowly but surely converting this region to Norse as well. So you can see that these bits are Norse, these bits are still Spanish of some flavour. Visigothic, actually, I think. Boosting culture, boosting that, and then also the religion. So we are slowly starting to expand our Usteru faith in this region. We started out as the Count of Gotland, so we were up here, this tiny little island off the coast of Sweden, And then we went over here to Holland. We became the Earl of Holland and eventually the Queen of Frisia. We have been ceding our faith and also our dynasty around the world. So Sweden is ours, Frisia is ours, Gardariki is ours. Denmark was ours, as was Estonia, but I think they've both fallen to a different dynasty, but they're still Österö. And then once we have Frisia, we then ceded ourselves down in Andalusia, which is where we are now. And all of that's taken quite a few years. Like 300. But it's been a very good game so far. I'm trying to decide what I want to build. We are working on getting a duchy building for Seville. Don't think I want marches. Siege works possibly. It would increase the fort level. Although it's not my capital, Cordoba is. Royal Armories is levy size. I'm not really that reliant on levies. Jousting grounds I just don't think are what we're going to be focusing on. We could go for blacksmiths in order to make our heavy swordsmen better. The only problem with that is they are so easily countered. But then again, if we had a lot of heavy infantry, they would be harder to counter. And I think that heavy infantry are going to be good in the hills. Yeah, they have no terrain effects, unlike the horsemen. Who archers do. Bonus in hills, bonus in forest, bonus in tiger. So they're better up north, although archers here will still be decent. And Huskarls are going to be our special unit. I kind of like to see some decent Huskarls, I'll be honest. I think I'm going to do blacksmiths. But we've been using champions quite heavily. And the reason I'm hesitating here is because the prowess of our champions is always super high. It's part of our faith. You know what? No, we're going champions. We've upgraded the champion strength with that, so we're going to go with the academies. Build them. Don't archers counter light infantry and are better in hills? Yes, they are. But we already have a full complement of archers. And our unique unit. We are 2 months away from unlocking a unique unit, which is heavy infantry. You finished the increased control. Good. So increase control over there, please. And you probably don't need to manage the domain anymore. You can do a bit of everything. Yeah, we're 9 out of 9. And now we get buffs in more different areas. Declaration of love. The clang of weapons and the excited cheers draw me towards the courtyard. What is going on? I find 2 armoured warriors engaging in a breathtaking sparring match. Never before have I seen such skill with a mace. I cannot look away. With a final reckless assault, one of the fighters disarms the other. To my surprise, he kneels before me and takes off his helmet. It's my husband, King Pecco. I dedicate this victory to you, Queen Frank, he says solemnly. Bringing your honour is my only desire. You flatter me, my lord. I am, after all, myself a legendary blade master. So I approve of good combat prowess. Do we have any allies? No. But we should probably look to get some. West Francia just expanded again. Good for them. Especially because England is still worryingly close to us. Come on, herds. There we go. Culture has discovered herds. So what's the next fascination going to be? Come on, king. Manorialism. So we're finishing off the early medieval stuff. Okay, fair enough. And this is the one that would allow us to get the development building. So that's going to be great for Frisia, because like all of the ducal territories in Frisia should really have them. Because the land up there is just so wealthy. Right, so we have money. So we are going to disband the armoured footmen. And we are now going to create Huskarls. These guys counter spearmen and archers. They have an attack of 48 to a footman's 39. A defense of 30 against 26. And they also provide a screen. Oh, I didn't realise that. Whereas armoured footmen do not. So if we ever have to withdraw, the Huskarls are good for this. So we're going to grab you, and then we're immediately going to increase you to size 5. We'll get 500 of them. And now, we are at max capacity. That's all we can do. It's not somebody attacking, it's a civil war, it's a revolt. You are fighting the Duchess for independence. Granada and Provence versus Almera, and they don't have enough troops to actually siege the castle down. Ransom offer, 50 ducats for the Queen. I mean, I've had her for a while, so fine. Religious convictions. I've gotten an idea in my attempts to align Thane Hroka to my interests. With the right arguments, I may be able to convince him that I'm acting not merely in my own interest, but in the interest of the Old Father himself. Learning challenge, 72% chance of success. Sure. He is convinced. Good. Okay, what other prisoners do we have? We still have the Emir. You're still making money. You're making money, albeit slowly. So you know what? I'm going to ransom you now. Rafika is the zealot, so you're not being released. Sinnehelm. We're waiting for the King or the Queen of England to raise enough money. Same with you. You're never going to get it, though. So I think what I'm going to do... Yeah, you are responsible for her. Negotiate release, demand conversion, go. Although you are incredibly good intrigue. That's okay. Cool. So soon enough we will have ransomed basically everyone in my dungeons. Frisia's, wow, fighting a lot of people. Duke Philip of Hesse. Holy War. Holy War. Holy War. This one's the most dangerous because that's for the actual Kingdom of Frisia. As additional payment in a recent trade, I find myself in possession of a large herd of cattle. Well, I'm a very good steward, so I think I'm going to do the challenge, where I would get the plus 20% development. Successful. Good. The monthly growth here is still rising. Unpleasant pleasantries. When I set out the invitation to the dance, I was looking forward to an evening of good company and frivolous fun. Instead, I found myself stuck in a dreadful conversation with the spymaster, Duchess Euphemia. Good evening, greets a familiar voice. King Pecco joins the conversation. He is an attentive listener, and soon Euphemia's attention is fully on him. I am free to escape. A useful, albeit unpleasant, lesson in diplomacy. A queen is time for everyone. Pecco should know that. I'm not staying a moment longer than I have to. Whoop, 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 whoop. Cancel out some of that stress. My health is still poor. When does Get Lost run out? 83, so we've still got another 3 years of that. Culture clash. Most of the commoners living in the culty of Jean are Visigothic in descent. Proud of their traditions, it does not sit well with them that they must serve a foreigner like myself. My neighbour Count Aloito shares their culture and history. We shall teach them the superiority of our culture. Refuse to be civilized. Well, that's unfortunate. Chrono Cook, Hebel, and Prince of Jack, thank you very much for the follows. Welcome to the channel. Good to have you joining us. And I do have some more money which we can spend, so Cordoba, I would like your crop fields to be upgraded, please, because that means more money. And money is good. Sevilla's building. So where else is nice territory? Actually, a fair amount of this is. Nibla's development 32. You're development 32. Sevilla we know is good. Cabra's not mine. Jean is a 35. How's his Almaden? Almaden is a level 6. Oh, wait, that's a city. Yeah, you're fully upgraded. You're not. That's a city. You're fully upgraded. Calatrava. Can upgrade the levying grounds. Do I want to? Well, they do increase the damage and toughness of heavy infantry. So, yes, I do, actually. Now that we're using some heavy infantry units. Lifestyle perk. Good. So we can now take... Oh, I did have administrator already. No, I didn't have it. Now I do. Whoops. Popular figurehead. Domain limit. Architect. Speaking of which, how's my succession looking? Not good, because I haven't changed the laws of all my territories. So we have Seville and Cordoba. Cordoba's title needs to be changed to Scandinavian elective. And then I need to make sure that all of these are voting for the right person, namely Gear. So Niba and Calatrava, neither of which is my primary title and neither of which are my capital, go to Gear, whereas Sevilla and Jeanne, two of my richest, goes to Ruggenfield. Oh man. Why is this going to be so messy? You're just partition law. I quite like elective. I've had a pretty easy time of manipulating it. Because the thing is, when I was Frisia, Gear was going to inherit everything in Frisia. It was just all his. So why this is now being split, I don't know, because I don't think the laws between the two realms is different. Like, this is actually how I expected it to work. I was expecting there to be a period of retaking all the territory. But at least I'll still build the Jarl, so I can have the de jure control. But the fact that my primary heir doesn't even get, you know, the primary title. Replace button also delete special buildings, except it doesn't. You can press it and then this just happens. What do? Just click away. Because there's never anything to replace it to. Good idea. Tried that already. Scandalous priest. Condemn him for his transgressions. So I think what I'm going to do at this point is save up money. We're 63. We're in poor health. I want to make sure... Your brother Anfast has died. Lose stress. Anfast was good though. He was my physician. He's probably part of the reason we're still alive. Gear would be the next one. Could I start giving Gear territory? No. Isn't it its own building slot? So it's not like you're losing out on a build slot, or am I wrong? No, it's its own. So no, you're not losing anything. But the fact that this is basically a wonder, I'd quite like to be able to turn that wonder into something that, you know, benefits me, seeing as these buildings are kind of rare. But because this affects just... Building has been disabled because all of these. There's not actually anything listed there, so all of what? Oh, you're still swaying him. He's been pretty much fully swayed. We can replace you. Is there anyone with higher learning? I don't really want to put Prince Gear on that position, so no. There isn't anyone with higher learning. I mean, what I could do is search for a physician. Like an actual proper physician. Let's do that. I have money, I can hire someone. Thane Berta's inherited contract obliges her to more than I have collected. Really? She's a baron? They don't have feudal contracts? I'm going to say let that slide, because that feels like a bug. Court physician, the world is full of danger, even to the Queen and her court. As per my request, my servants have inquired after recommendations. So we can get Pernell, who is only 25, and she's already a renowned physician. That's amazing. Or we can get Pid. I think we'll go for Pernell. How much? 255. Done. Keep us alive. I don't know if the duchies in Sevilla and Cordoba are already elective. I already changed them. They are already elective. Elections. Sevilla, Andalusia, Cordoba. The only one which I haven't, and I kind of regret, is Granada. I don't think I can change you now, though. No, because I don't control you. So Granada is still a Confederate petition, but the others aren't. Did I reform Norse? Yes, I did. Did I become feudal some other way? No. So actually, reforming the religion is kind of the easiest thing. My biggest recommendation for that is make sure at some point you have a ruler who specializes in learning and get the profit perk, because that makes it half the price to reform. So then just focus on getting piety with that character and you'll reform eventually if you have the territory required. The difficulty is just time. You've just got to wait. So again, if you have a high learning, you can use your fascination if you're the culture leader to research faster, but it's still going to take you like 100 years. It's slow. It's very slow. But you do get there eventually. Like, I think most of the world at this point is probably feudal. Yeah. Oh, no, there's a little bit of tribal over here. But the majority of the world is now feudal. What happened with Frisia? We moved. Frisia's still there, but we are now playing as Andalusia, which is like an inheritor kingdom of Frisia. We seeded this place, built it into like a bit of an outpost, and then we took over. This is the daughter of Frogger Pirate who I was playing yesterday. Alright, Thane Torder is swayed, so I want to take a look at my vassals and see if I need to sway any of them. I mean, the short answer is yes, because they're the ones who pay me a lot of money. So let's just start swaying these guys. Or... oh, no, not really. Do you not educate your kids? No, you don't. Well, sod. You are quick and bossy. Marshal and stewarding. You're currently receiving a stewardship education, which is probably okay. Yeah, I absolutely can teach you stewarding. And then your sibling is a bleeder who is rowdy and is really good at martial. Oh dear. And is 7, so does also need education. That's probably going to be Pecco. Yeah. Or maybe Maria. My niece. She's a brilliant strategist. Just as long as you don't teach her to be craven. I'm watching you. Time for higher crown authority. As Frisia, I would have said no, because I want Frisia to do their own expansion, but with my current vassals, they don't really have the opportunity to expand. That's all going to be done centrally by me. This only cost me 179. That's cheap. And now I can designate an heir. Ah, but because it's an election, I can't actually designate. However, the majority of the... the majority of my territories are still going to be given away to other people. Including my grandson. Wait, what? Why the hell is my grandson in the running? Huh? Ah, sod. You know what? I just realised. We're in high medieval now, but we're not fascinated with... heraldry, was it? Yeah, it was heraldry. Which allows the high petition law, which we really need. So, in a mere 247 years, we will have heraldry. Need to finish these off first, I guess. Did a kid die? I don't think so. Oh, yes, Sophia did. That would do it. Far from home, a stranger is brought before me. He has been waiting outside the castle gates for a week, my liege, my guard informs me. The man bows deeply. My name's Pecco, your highness. I've travelled far and wide and seen many things, but I'm weary of the road. If you allow me to stay, I'll happily share my knowledge of the world with you and be your loyal servant. Embrace Odin, this will be your home, the more the merrier. Or, no, bug off. You cowardly ravener, you. How old is the Queen? 64. Right, Jean was going to build something. You're already full. Cadiz can upgrade this. Oh man, Mora's got nothing. Well, you can build a barracks. Ah. I was trying to save money, wasn't I? 3,000 renown. So we could now get squire traditions, which would increase the monthly martial lifestyle. Or spouse opinion. Nah, we're going for home estates. Getting home from the stream, how'd you go from Frisia to southern Spain? Conquered it, and then switched. Old Asturians in Frisia. Duke Gargamel of Frisia has announced to the world that he and his vassals have converted to Old Usturu. Weirdos. I mean, Frisia's still here. I have a feeling that there's about to be a massive civil war, but it is still there. King Hain of Sweden. Wait, King Hain of Gardariki, the king of Sweden. Oh no, he's a vassal of Sweden. King Hain of Gardariki. That's still independent. You're a Jarl. So how are you a king? You're feudal. I guess he's a former... Oh... Yeah, he was the former ruler of Gardariki. Meppen's taken over. That's why. No! Visby! They've gone back to the dark side. Huzzah! Soul Slurpee, thank you very much for the 3-month resubscription. Very much appreciate that. Thank you. Loving the Viking content. Huzzah! Huzzah indeed. Really like your decision to move to the Kingdom of Andalusia. You now have the chance to build up newly conquered land, lose everything because of inheritance, as is CK3. Yeah, so one of my big problems with CK2 is you could just get more land, more land, more land, more land. It would just get very easy. So I kind of developed this play style in CK2, where you purposefully split your realm off into these little portions. Except it's actually rewarded in this, because the more independent states your dynasty has, the more renown you gain. So we are gaining a bucket load of renown because we have so many independent states ruled by our dynasty, whether they're kingdoms or not. With certainty, I took Bjorg out playing with a bow, and to my surprise she ran into a wounded doe. She had not hesitated in the slightest to bring it down. She becomes ambitious. Fine by me. Greatness awaits you, Bjorg. Yeah, Venice is doing really well. Mostly, I think, because the papacy is not. Oh! They've lost Rome again. This time to humiliate these guys. Interesting. It has come to my attention that some local commoners are moving to Alamonte, the capital of my vassal, Mayor Petro. Locals, newly settled or not, praising me can surely do no harm in this perception of me. I don't really want to pay 135 ducats just to sway a mayor. Pass. The voice of reason. Another council meeting, another conflict. Spymaster Euphemia and Marshal Hroker are arguing violently about my next charity project. As Queen, I could silence them with a single word, but I have a better idea. My diplomatic pursuits have given me insight on how to handle situations like these to please everyone. So we have a 24% chance of gaining a weak hook. We have a 50% chance, so that's a 75% chance total for a positive outcome. That seems reasonable. Good compromise. Increased opinion with both. And we have a new perk, which is going to be popular figurehead. And in fact, once we get the next level of stewarding, that's going to be divided attention. And at that point, I could actually rule over 12 domains. That would be nice. Seville is maxed out and everything? Apparently so. Can we bring in some new champions? Not yet. 86, so 3 more years. We can, however, sell off some more minor titles, and I think that's entirely reasonable. Cha-ching. Even though they do not come with thieves, the obligations associated with the titles are offering more generous than I could ever ask for. Of course, I will honour such munificence with an appropriate gift. Whoa! So we just made 770 ducats from that. Hell yeah! Let's have a feast to celebrate. Do I need a feast? I don't need a feast. My minions already adore me. Unless there's a boating place that I can upgrade. You can upgrade stone barracks? Oh, you can. Huh. Is it, love? I can scarce remember when my life was like before Pecco declared his feelings for me. Those days seem so bleak, so dreary, but with him by my side, everything suddenly becomes possible. I wish I could go on like this forever, but deep down I know I must make my choice. Am I brave enough to give in to my feelings, or must I shut my heart to Pecco forever? Nah, we'll be soulmates. Pecco's been a really solid thing by my side. Where am I? What's going on? I peer into the darkness, my eyes adjusting. Odin. There is somebody in my bedroom window. I scramble out of bed, reaching for the dagger on the nightstand. The intruder grabs my arm, tugs, and I spin around, sinking the blade deep into his stomach. He looks at me for a long moment, his lips moving with a sound, then he falls to the ground. Frank? Are you alright? By the window stands none other than King Pecco, blade in hand, ready to defend me. I throw myself into his arms, and he holds me tight. Oh, my love, never let me out of your sight again. Well done. You succeeded in your romance scheme. Maka Strife, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. King Llama Serksky, not Coyote. Also, thank you very much for the follows. Welcome to the channel. Grandson taken prisoner. During the siege of Sigtuna. Ah, okay. Communal government discovered. There it is. Counties now reach the maximum existing development penalty at 35 development. Ah, that's going to be really good for the Netherlands because we did do a pretty good job of increasing the development here and now can max out at 35, which means that it should just naturally grow to 35. Because look at all those modifiers. Those are some pretty impressive modifiers. It would help if they actually focused development there. Orthodoxy? Orthodoxy? Ah, Frisia. God damn it. Boo. And your war finally ended. So what's the next fascination? Manorialism, which we should finish in, 2 months. Blitzing through them now. Alliance formed with Carles de Beaujolais. Oh, we have an alliance with a mercenary company. Okay. Hamlet's built in Cadiz. Cadiz is now fully developed. And I feel like we have enough money where we could probably go ahead and just, keep building stuff. Bigger defenses? Make Cordoba even harder to conquer? Sure, why not? And let's see, Seville. Can you upgrade to a level 2? Yes, you can. It would cost me the majority of my money, but I think it's worth it. Do it. Time to Holy War Frisia. Maybe. I would definitely have more troops than they. And we've got manorialism. No, because I can't actually reach Frisia. Too far away. So whatever happens up here at this point, it happens. Gonna need West Francia or Sweden to step in. Or hell, even Gardariki. This is going to be so hilarious if Norse ends up only in India. It's going to be hilarious. Declaration of love. I'm walking in the gardens with some of the ladies at court when I notice my guest, Oliba, approaching. I step aside to let him pass, but to my great surprise, he blocks my path and kneels before me. Before I have time to properly process the turn of events, Oliba starts to sing. Abandon this foolish endeavour immediately. I've already found my soulmate. And break him down as sadistic and cruel a manner as possible. Calatrava can build more hamlets. No, I want at least 1,000 in my bank at any time. We're 67. Our health has been poor for a really long time now. Yeah, I think I want to leave like 2,000 inheritance, because he's going to have to do some serious work reconsolidating all of this. Stewardship perk available. Divided attention. Are we seriously going to finish all 3 stewardships? Oh, I hope we do. And now I have 3 domains free. I could actually take over the majority of Granada. Alliance expired. Frogger pirate divorced Captain Carlos. Huh. Alright. A liar's pay. I was shocked when I caught Bjorg trying to steal from the travel chest of the visiting Reeve Sinnerhelm. He blamed a game another child had invented, but I could tell she was lying. You have to learn to get away with your lies. She becomes deceitful, which is a sin. Be honest, and see that others open to you. Or you are guided by rules greater than ourselves, child. No, we're going to say, be honest. I'm not going to have my... what's her face? Granddaughter be a deceitful liar. Oh, good Rhoda. If you were still with me, I know you would tell me to be strong, that things would get better. You'll never be forgotten, my friend. You lived quite a long time. Could switch to the... Well, actually, yeah, you're not wrong. Good call. 43... No. 49 ducats a month in profit. I mean, the territories I'm leaving behind are incredibly wealthy. At least all the men-at-arms are going to go to the heir. Greetings, my amicable liege. I have been hosting your Chancellor, Mayor Tordir, for several weeks, and he has helped me to truly see the splendour of the realm under your rule. Good, I am pleased. Oh, we're doing... Ah, heraldry! 28 years, and we get heraldry. That's an entirely reasonable decision. And we're also getting banking. Development growth plus 10% a month. Fine. Thank you very much for that, Basques. So these ones are going to increase, but more slowly now. But because they are part of the previous era, it will still be quicker. Unfortunately, we didn't get either of these two, which are kind of important. I would say also that one. Was she divorced on Christmas? That's kind of funny. The virtuous Hofgod I celebrated. What are you guys doing? Converting, dinging, and then controlled. Do we have control anywhere? Granada still needs some. Granada's not mine, though. So let's instead do some training. Oh, Mayor Bjorg is actually better at this job than you are. And he is considered a powerful vassal, whereas you are not. Ah, yes, we could also make Penel into the Rixgodai. And she's quite young. She's also very good at learning. So we'll get the conversions done faster. Cool. What traits does Penel have? No virtues. No vices either, so that's all good. Second curtain walls built in Cordoba. Ooh, this starts increasing dev growth. Make it happen. Supply limit 18,000. That would be a pretty big army. Norse settlement in Algeciras is finished. Cool. So next up, let's get Mora done. And then we'll start working on the Cordoba territories. Just take 6 years. These guys are quick. We do admittedly have a really good court, so I'm not that surprised. Ooh, West Francia is having some problems. Lithuania! Poland is gone, replaced by Lithuania. Duke Jean III created a branch de Tonnerre. The Duchy of Berry. He is a Mordling. Interesting. I wonder, how are the dynasties looking? We now have 18 houses. These are the eldest. So, Mordling, the original, has 16 living. Horn has 22. Viangi has 34. That's us. 22 is Svati. Ypres is dead. Dietkirk is dead. Stad is dead. Goy is dead. Alfare's got 6. Rostock's got 15. Söderköping's got 31. They're quite big. Stegholm's dead. Chabot's got 5. Skrauti's got 7. Senlis's got 2. Ooh, Pudiviru has 15. That's Visby. Beaumont's got 6. And Tornemir has got 6. But what this list doesn't tell you is how much power each of them has. So how do you determine which is going to be the next dynast? Needs to be a little bit more information about that. And our dynasty now has 187 people living. And we can rank this by rank. There we go. So we have Sweden. 1, 2, 3 kings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dukes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 countesses. And then a whole bunch of lessers. That's a lot of lessers, crikey. Most diplomatic is Jean III. Most militarist is Tora. Most stewarding is me. Most sneaky is Villemale. Why are you familiar? Oh, you are the son of... Okay, you might actually seize the throne in Frisia. Just as long as you stay at Osterru. And then Mafunda of Salamanca is the most learned. Especially with your high intrigue. Oh, you could do it. $1,200 soldiers. So right now Frisia's too strong, but... Drunkard, wounded, aspiring blade master. Yeah, Villemale was... Oh no, you're not. Yes, you are. Oh no, Egil was your daughter. You're also modelling Rostock. Why is Villemale ringing a bell here? I didn't think he was the one I put in charge of Holland, but he might have been. Was he the... No, he wasn't the King of Holland. I can't remember. Who was in charge of Frisia before you? Sophia. Villemale was Sophia's son? No. Oh, those are siblings. Egil was... Second marriage, I guess? Task finished. Convert the faith. The people of Nibela have finally been convinced to convert to the true faith. Good. So now we're going to work on Cordoba, which still hasn't been converted. Yikes. Faction opposing us disbanded. Task complete. Mission accomplished. An available perk. We've done it. We're an architect. Had to look around for which one I could actually select. I couldn't remember. Okay, so we've completely completed the stewardship lifestyle. We are maxed out. So what do we go from here? Learning? Diplomacy? Look at those stats. We are really good. Yeah, I'm thinking whole of body. See if we can outlive that Julian guy. Unfortunately, I can't change focus. So even though we've literally completed stewardship, I can't change the focus. That should change. That should definitely change. Commander improved, Maria has improved, and we built a keep in Sevilla. So we're going to keep Sevilla, obviously. And then let's keep on upgrading. Build a Bailey for even more defences. We'll be at level 10 then. No, I think we'll just get level 3 of this. Almost producing 50 ducats a month. Not bad considering the size of our realm. Count of Anjou claim. Education at an end. My ward, Bjorg, has come of age, and it's time she left my care. For the longest time I was hoping that good tutelage would be enough to teach her the intricacies of administration. All of these efforts have come to naught, however. Few would be impressed by her understanding of the subject, but she has at least managed to develop a sound grasp of the basics of management and the beginnings of sensible fragility. That's unfortunate. I mean, you are a bit of an all-rounder. And actually being a thrifty clerk kind of means that you're a little bit more open to choose some of the other education paths. Alright, let's get you married. Age difference 5. Maximum age 25. You have 11 stewarding. You'll have a base of 5. You need to be able to hold 9. You'll be able to do 7 with your current stewarding. So we kind of want to have, as a minimum... Well, actually with a... Yeah, I don't think you're going to need a focus as steward. You need something else. Military, maybe? Oh, intrigue, maybe? Keep you alive. Or alliances, but none of these alliances are very good. Diplomat? Diplomat would keep the vassals in line. I'm quite liking the look of Ramiro Guardioses. Compassionate, brave, ambitious. That seems like a good combo. He's still only 14, so we don't know what his education's going to be like. But I like him. And we also get a fair amount of prestige for that match. Gladly accept your betrothal. Cool. Oh, it's the Navarrese company again. You were in my jail for a really long time. Speaking of jails, can you guys afford your releases yet? Good lord. Come on, people. You've been here for 18 years. Just go. Those are useless. And in the meantime, I have a lot of money, and I should probably spend a portion. Stone Barracks. Actually, Calatrava is one of the territories that I'm going to keep, so yeah, Stone Barracks for you would be really good. Because it will increase the strength of the spearmen, sorry, of the infantry. And also give a bunch of extra levies, which we'll need for the reconquests, which will undoubtedly follow. I'm sorry I'm not doing, like, more. I'm kind of waiting for Queen Frank to pass over so that we can start with the succession. I don't want to start anything big right now. That will distract from that. Gardariki's still alive. So we did one thing right, at least. I hate the fact that Orthodox is taking over here. I tried so hard. So hard. But I can't be looking over there anymore. Yeah, Ireland has done the exodus to Iceland. They're getting ready for a U4. Ogier has died. Notable guest, an experienced foe. Oh, yeah, you are. Welcome to the team. And in fact, we can now have, yeah, 12 champions. And the quality of those champions is pretty good, as it always is for us, to be fair. And the champion effectiveness has gone up as well because of the march buildings we've been building. Where was the other one that we actually inherit? Because I'm going to continue building that up. Nibela and Calatrava. So Nibela... Oh man, Nibela has literally nothing. Alright, so you are going to get a barracks as well. Anyone else's stream buffering every few seconds? It's not on my end. We're rock stable here. Farm estates in Cordoba. Let's go and build 100-acre fields. Increases development even more money. Plus 400, so it's kind of pricey, but this is looking long term. This is looking out to the future. Scandinavian elective. I don't get why I don't get to keep my capital. Every single time. A designated heir should get the capital. It's annoying. Mobile camps built in Calatrava, so that's going to upgrade the quality of our fighty people. We can get the hunting towers, which is going to increase the quality of our cavalry. Yeah, which is fine. And we're kind of getting ahead of ourselves here a little bit, because these territories are all not Norse, and their tech levels are just higher than us. Visigothic. I can get another stewardship perk. That's nice, but there's no perks to get. Can I change yet, please? Oh. Is it the capital of the duchy level title? No. The capital of Cordoba is Cordoba. The capital of Seville is Seville. The capital of the entire realm is Cordoba. This holding has a tax bonus and is always inherited by the primary heir. Well, clearly it's not. Knight improved. Thane Bertha has gone up in strength. Good. Betrothed can marry. Go ahead. I totally forgot to double check to see how good. He actually turned out to be. An elusive shadow. Interesting. So we're going to have a gracious adventurer protecting her back. Okay. I can live with that. Seville's built. So let's go for... I think we're just going to go straight out money for Seville. Seeing as we're not going to inherit these, I don't really want to build up their defences. Wooden barracks built in the Ebla. I think I'm going to go ahead and upgrade that one. Increases the strength of my swordsman. And Huskarls count as heavy infantry. They now have an attack of 54. That's half of what the heavy cavalry have. And they're actually more heavily armoured. So they're tougher than the heavy cav. Trigrave created the cadet branch Mordling Groningen. That's true, I never did create a Dutch cadet branch. I was kind of hoping that somebody would take this guy out, but hasn't happened yet. Unfortunately, his heir is also orthodox. Knight became a blade master. Pecco is now an aspiring blade master. At 58, he becomes an aspiring blade master. Oh dear, he's gout-ridden. His health is rather poor. I do like that blade master increases your health. I would have thought that that would be one particular profession which definitely wouldn't. Zeno, CSFA, and Suriz, thank you very much for the follows. Welcome to the channel. Can I? Yes, I can change now. So we're going to go for medicine. Although, do I really want to go for medicine? We're kind of waiting for just a handover of power at this point. Oh. Okay then. Well, that makes that decision easier. Didn't realise we weren't paused. Queen Frank of Andalusia has left this world at the age of 73 years of age. She died of old age. A conscientious woman, she was renowned for excellent skills as a steward and a ruler. King Geir ascended the throne. Having mastered many skills, he is sure to be admired by his subjects. Pause. So yeah, my capital right now is Nuebla. We have Calatrava and Nuebla. We do not, however, control Cordoba. And we'll need to do a bunch of work, but that's gonna need to wait for next time. So thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed this. If you are, be sure to hit that follow button to get notifications when I'm live again in the future, which will be on Friday. I'm not streaming tomorrow, because my gosh, I need a break. If you are enjoying this, then make sure you hit that follow button to get those notifications starting 5 PM British Summer Time on Friday. If you want to see more of this type of thing, don't worry, I have a YouTube channel. You can find everything you're going to need over there. That's at youtube.com/MordredViking. I have the beginning of the series, so if you want to see how on earth we got to Andalusia, or at least how on earth we got to probably the earldom of Frisia or Holland at that point, you can find that over on YouTube. That is the beginning of the March of the Viking series. I also have the 10 things I wish I had known when I started playing CK3, which should be a useful tool for those of you who are just getting started in the game, or if you just want to find out a little something extra, then that would be great. Or I also have the Vikings Guide to Raiding, which is a short little video which tells you all you need to know about getting into raiding and doing the proper Viking thing. I have a Discord, which is where the community hangs out. They're a cool bunch, and it's always a real pleasure seeing some new faces over there, so please do come and join us. And finally... Nope, that's all of them. That's all I have to say. So we're going to go and raid Sir Squire. That is a very good suggestion. I like that suggestion. Just checking that he's on. If he's playing this, he is playing this. Awesome. So Sir Squire is one of the loveliest people around. He is also one of the moderators for this channel. And I would absolutely encourage you to head on over and say hello. So, let's go make this Viking raid with style. Copy in Viking raid just like that into his chat and let's really announce our presence. Or if you are a subscriber and have access to all of the wonderful emotes that we have here, then you can use that one. Deadly MR, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Anyway, that's it for me for now. I will see you on Friday. It is Wednesday today, right? Yes. Thursday off. Friday, back again. 5 PM, British summertime. We'll play more of this then. Until then, goodbye.